What is up, guys? Ebony Kinney here, and we are at the Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas for the 2019 Bar Poker Open. Now, today is day 1A, and we have over 500 players registered for today alone. That's right, we are absolutely crushing last year's numbers. Let's go talk to some of the players and see what is happening. Hello, Will. What league are you in?
I'm with EBT.
I heard that last year you played one tournament, one qualifier, won your seat, and you just won a package, so one and done.
One, and I did it in July, so I had to wait the whole year before I could finally come out here. But first time, I went to Atlantic City too. It was a good time, real good times with the BPO. We're not all pros, we're just guys and girls here having fun playing cards, so really like it.
It's fun to be in the top 4% online on Sundays. Get your token at your nightly game, play online, win that seat, come back strong. We got more action happening every year. Gets bigger and better.
Tell me how easy the process was to get here.
We just play with our friends at the bar, local bars, and we win tokens.
Play online. That's how.
What is up, guys? Ebony Kinney. Kinney here, and we are at the Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas for the 2019 Bar Poker Open. We are absolutely crushing last year's numbers. Let's go talk to some of the players and see what is happening. I am such good luck for everybody that I stand behind when I'm turning in. Woo!
Would you marry me?
Not if you don't tell me your real name. Come on, I can't just say, will you marry me? You gotta be creative, Bob. Come on, everybody's watching. Yes, see? Yes, yes, yes.
Look at all these people. They don't even know each other. They're from different leagues. But look at them. They're laughing and joking with each other. Person goes all in from across the country. Someone else from California says, good luck all in.
What's up? How's it going? Good to be here. Bar Poker Open 2019. Ready to be back. Excited. Got a lot of people out here playing right now, having a good time. But yeah, I'm happy to be here right now. Shout out to my guy Glenn, doing some great work. Look at this goddamn room's packed right now.
Now, some of the players won full packages to this year's Bar Poker Open. Let's go hunt some of them down and see how they got here. Hello, Will. What league are you in?
I'm with EBT.
I heard that last year you played one tournament, one qualifier, won your seat, and you just won a package, so one and done.
One, and I did it in July, so I had to wait the whole year before I could finally come out here. But first time, I went to Atlantic City too. It was a good times, real good times with the BPO. We're not all pros, we're just guys and girls here having fun playing cards, so really like it.
It's fun to be in the top 4% online on Sundays. Get your token at your nightly game, play online, win that seat.
Tell me how easy the process was to get here.
We just play with our friends at the bar, local bars, and we win tokens.
Play online. That's how I won my seat online. It was easy.
Hey, I love this free to join social league. I met so many friends.
Tell me how they won their seat. Did they win? So what's that step look like? So they go and play in the bar, and then what?
Mm-hmm. The first step is after you give me a hug and you sign in, you're going to play. But the average is 35, 40 people that come to the venue. If you finish in the top 3, you earn a virtual token to play on an online tournament every Sunday mornings. So the email that they get, they just have to follow it, make up a username and password, and Sunday morning they sit in front of the computer for free And if they finish in the top 4% against the 600-700 other nationwide people just like these players, if they finish in the top 4%, they win a seat to play in this $200,000 championship. And if they win first, they get the whole trip paid for.
They get that fancy package.
Exactly. Everything paid for, plus the seat. They literally come here for free. They can win $50,000 for literally nothing.
So one thing that is so exciting for me personally to see here at the Bar Poker Open is the amount of women that are playing. As we're walking around scoping the tables, there's literally 3 to 4 women on every single table. That is absolutely unheard of in the world of poker, and you'll only see that here at the Bar Poker Open.
I think Bar Poker Open is the perfect way for you ladies to get out of the house and get on the felt. It is so fun. You just go to your local bars or restaurants. It used to be Moose Lodge. You could go and play a daily game. But you go with your husband, go with your friends, get a lady. They have ladies' nights. It's wonderful. It's so easy to do.
Come over here because there's 3 women and I'm cheering for you ladies. Okay, you 3, I'm deeming you as making the final table. Can we please have an all ladies final table? That would be such a dream. Do you know how good that final table will smell?
It's my second year and I've won, to a full package last year and this year.
So you're winning already. 2 years in a row you win a full package. So what does that include?
That includes free buy-in, hotel, and air.
Pretty nice.
And this is a national supportive group, men and women, but I love it because it's just fun and it's easy to get involved with.
What's your favorite part of the Bar Poker Open?
Oh, it's got to be the party.
Poker Tours is one of the greatest poker tournaments there is in America. Go EPT!
And we are talking about this is 4.5 years later, the Bar Poker Open, and how much it's grown.
I mean, it really is amazing that everyone here can come together. The way we've been able to bring people together that now have a social outlet that haven't had one before, it's taken on a life of its own.
You've never had party glasses before?
The glasses are where they belong. You were part of the inception of Bar Poker Open. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling almost as well as the players over there who are almost playing for $300,000 in cash prizes. We're clearing well over $1 million in prizes that we've given away to amateur social poker players in local bars and restaurants all over the country, U.S., Canada, as part of the Bar Poker Open network.
Go. I'm going to drink. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow for the final table of the Bar Poker. I can't even talk. Bye. What is up, guys? Ebony Kinney here, and we are at the Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas for the 2019 Bar Poker Open. Now, today is day 1A, and we have over 500 players registered for today alone. That's right, we are absolutely crushing last year's numbers. Let's go talk to some of the players and see what is happening. Hello, Will. What league are you in?
I'm with EPT.
I heard that last year you played one tournament, one qualifier, won your seat, and you just won a package, so one and done.
One, and I did it in July, so I had to wait the whole year before I could finally come out here. But first time, I went to Atlantic City too. It was a good time. It's real good times with the BPO. We're not all pros, we're just guys and girls here having fun playing cards, so I really like it.
It's fun to be in the top 4% online on Sundays. Get your token at your nightly game. Play online. Win that seat. Come back strong.
My name's Rafael Jimenez. I'm from Laredo, Texas. I play for TPT.
I'm Mike Patterson from Santa Maria, California, and I'm part of Sunshine Poker League.
My name's Jennifer Payton. I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida, and I play for No Limit Pub Poker Tour.
Hi, my name is Donna Rohwer. I'm from Henderson, Nevada, and I play with the Nevada Poker League. Yay!
My name is Phil Hoff. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I play for New York Free Poker.
I'm Neal Lawson. I play for River Chasers, and I'm from Newark, Delaware.
My name is Jim Campbell. I'm from Henderson, Nevada. I play for the Nevada Poker League.
My name is Tim Fallon. I'm from Madison, Wisconsin. I play for Badger Poker at Schwegler's.
My name's Rafael Jimenez. I'm from Laredo, Texas. I play for TPT.
All right, welcome back. You are here with us at the 2019 Bar Poker Open U.S. National Championship. My name is Evan Myers. I've been with you all day long. Patrick Gallagher's with me as well. We've had Ebony Kenny in the studio with us. She's out doing some sideline interviews. Have my great friend Donnie Sunshine hanging out with us. So we are here at the Bar Poker Open 2019 U.S. National Championship, Patrick. We've had 1 million participants started off the season.
Right.
300,000 unique participants are vying for their shot of $285,000, first place being $50,000. How crazy is that? We had $44,550,000 in chips in play, and we are down to the final table, the final 8. Everybody at this table is guaranteed at least $5,660. Pretty crazy prize pool. And, we have a couple minutes, and I was talking to, been meeting some really cool people, and I know you have, Pat. Mm-hmm. And one of our great new friends we met is our friend Donnie Sunshine. Donnie is from the Sunshine Poker League out in Central California, and we're excited to have you in the booth. You're one of our newest leagues, and welcome to BPO, Donnie.
Thank you so much for having me. You have no idea. Sorry, guys, I've lost my voice for yelling so much.
So you're the guy who's been yelling now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now we know who we found him. We found him.
That is awesome. So Donnie, you started with River Chasers in our buddy Griff.
15 years ago, correct.
Get
I lived
outta
in
here.
Philadelphia for 25 years and played there. And I literally went to a bar and just was watching TV. I saw him play poker. And I don't gamble myself, so I'm like, they're probably gambling. So the bartender was like, no, it's a free league to join. So I went and joined. And 15 years later, and talking to Griff for 5-6 hours at a time for months and months, and he just helped me out with all the steps I needed to do to come in to move to California and open up Sunshine Poker League. So 9 months ago, I just drove across country, literally, and opened up Sunshine Poker League. And 9 months later, one of my players right now is sitting at the final table.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic.
I'm so proud.
And after one season, only 9 months, you have 700 players. Am I correct in saying
724
that?
to be exact. 17 venues.
Even more than 700.
All over the place.
Even
yes.
more. That is an
I'm
amazing.
a big numbers guy.
That is so
You should.
awesome. And you mentioned you have a horse in the race. Our buddy Mike Patterson.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
And
he literally started. September 4th was my first venue back in O'Sullivan's Pub in Central, and he was one of my first players. And he literally didn't even know how to play the game. So we just started playing and teaching him. And it's a social teaching league. So 9 months later, he's sitting at the.
And look at that. Look at that.
is-
We've
and
been talking about that all
Thank you,
day
Father.
about the fact that really these leagues give you the opportunity to learn, understand how to play poker. And here's a perfect example. Mike Patterson, his two favorite poker players, Dean Eggs, Dan Underground, and Donnie Sunshine.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. It's right there.
It is in black and white.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
I love
have
him.
proof on that.
Thank you.
That is amazing. And Mike's not only just a player with you; he's a tournament director.
He's my tournament director, been Bakersfield. He's a Speedway announcer up there, and I wanted to spread. It's about 2.5 hours from where I live, and I was like, I can't keep driving back and forth.
Right.
He's like, I'm going to be there from Friday to Sunday, so we have two venues on Sundays that he takes care of, and he's a tournament director, and we're building and building. We got another Wednesday venue there. We have another tournament director under his belt, so it just, the sky's the limit with us. We're going to grow and grow.
That is awesome. So you just mentioned he's not only a tournament director, and some of the cool things that we've learned about the players, he's the announcer at the Bakersfield track,
and
Speedway.
he's very good at it. He took me up there, and he's great. He's loud, and
it's a real deal. This is like big old NASCAR style racing on a huge oval course and everything.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
That's cool. So Pat and I were talking earlier about all the great things that the different leagues do to give back to charities. An Eastern Poker Tour, we mentioned they have charity events, and you were talking to me about your food drive and your can donations that you do. And I thought that was awesome. Tell us a little bit about that and what the players can do to help.
Yeah, the players literally, without their love and support, I would not be here, first of all. And second of all, back in Philadelphia, Philadelphia is the fourth worst homelessness. They have four worst percentage in the homelessness in the nation. And we did our best from Griff, just doing, cans for chips and helping the food banks out as much as possible. So we did the same thing here, just helped out the food banks and the humane societies, and the players are helping us out. So.
All right, so let's give it a second. Glenn's up on screen right now. We see that, and we know they're going to be player introductions as they come in. So let's give them a second and let them take their seats. And we'll cut off for a half a second.
So maybe we could give a little bit of a we're having a little bit of trouble with Glenn's audio, but what he's doing is he's introducing the players. This was a part of, as we're part of the stream, we have on a 30-minute delay. So we came out of break. Everybody went and had something nice to eat. Evan and I had some great stuff to eat as well. We came back over here, and we brought in the players one by one.
All right. So we know sitting in the 8th seat, this is Rafael Jimenez from the Texas Poker League. He's getting his chairs. There's a big crowd out there right now. Pretty exciting. Coming in the 7th seat, Timmy Fallon from the Badger Poker League out in Wisconsin. Good luck, Timmy. In the 6th seat, Mr. Jim Campbell from the Nevada Poker League right down the street. And I know some of our players from the BPO went over there this couple past nights and played some of his events. Awesome. And 5th seat, Mr. Neal Lawson from the River Chasers down in Delaware. Good luck to you, Neal. Coming in, sitting in our 5th seat, Phil Hoff from My Face Poker. My Free Poker, I apologize if they wrote
from
a
New
little
York,
near.
From New York.
And that is a free poker league. These guys don't pay a dime. And sitting now in seat number 3, Miss Donna Rohwer. Donna was the first BPO champion here in Vegas for our national championship.
Makes a return.
Makes a return. Psyched to have her in the 3 seat.
Absolutely.
In the 2 seat, Miss Jennifer Payton from No Limits Poker. You can hear them going nuts because they're all something's going on in the background right now. But No Limit Poker down in Southern Florida. Good luck, Jennifer Payton.
Jennifer looks like she's the chip leader at this point.
Exactly. And the man we were just talking about, Magic Mike Patterson. This is one of your boys here, Donnie.
I love this guy.
And good luck to him. This is Santa Maria, California, the track house in Bakersfield, and some really cool stuff on that. Hey, a side note and a big shout out. Oh, yeah, definitely a big shout-out to David Goldie in the Sunshine Poker League. They're in Lampo, California, Wild West Pizza and Grill. They got us on the big screen.
They do.
So they're checking us all out there.
He's giving out free drinks and free food and free pizza to every SPL player that's going to go there and watch.
I saw that post. How cool is that?
One of my venues right
Go
there.
down to the
Friday
Wild
night.
West, get some free food.
Yeah, go
and
have
pizza.
some pizza. And it's actually happening, too, for Eastern Poker Tour. Nice. The Eastern Poker Tour charity tournament is every Thursday. Craig, the tournament director there, is running it on the big screen while the charity tournament's going on. So
big shout out to Eastern
everybody
Poker
in
Tour
Walpole, yeah,
and all our buddies
out
there.
That's where we play. So hi everyone. Good luck.
Shout out.
Shout out. So hey, I know Ebony's back. Thank you for rejoining us. And Donnie's been doing a great job sitting in. I know you guys know each other. I wanted to lastly mention to you about your shirts. You guys came in with probably the coolest shirts. And that's the one thing that, all the different leagues come in with their own swag and their own shirts, their own style. You guys came up. Tell me a little bit about these awesome shirts you got.
I love dressing nice, and I wanted to stand out, especially when we came here. A lot of the league owners, they come in and put a little sign right here. You don't know what league they're from.
Right.
Nothing. I wanted you want to see us coming. You can see Mike right now. Where is he from? Right there, Sunshine Poker League. So anywhere we go, everywhere we go, I go to Walmart, literally waiting in line in front of me and behind me. I give them business cards. I say, hey, what is this all about? I see a chip on the back. It's poker. Oh, it's a free league. So it's literally I'm a walking billboard basically.
Exactly. And we were talking a little while ago. We were talking about all the goodwill and your how you came up and during your tournaments, if your players do some charity donations themselves, they get extra chips. Can you explain how that works?
Yeah, if you bring a can of food can, you can get 100 extra chips for every can you bring, so up to 5 cans. So let's say you bring 5 cans, you get 500 extra chips, and the food banks, they drop off the big containers there, we fill them up, they come pick them up, help the humane societies and the food banks there.
That is fantastic.
Whatever we can do to help out the community as much.
That is fantastic. Well, welcome to BPO.
Thank you so much.
Best
for
of luck
me.
to all you guys, and we're
Best of
looking
luck.
forward to it.
Pleasure.
You know when I'm out in California, I'm going to come play.
Please come.
I'll definitely be hitting you up.
Guest bedroom you can stay in, and you can play at any one.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you again, my friend.
Thanks so much.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
So you heard it here first. You heard it here first. Donnie has a room for anybody who needs to go out to California and play poker.
I'm taking him up on
that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So we are live at the 2019 Bar Poker Open U.S. National Championship from the Golden Nugget Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Evan Myers. I got Patrick Gallagher sitting with me and the one and only poker badass extraordinaire, life coach, and just awesome person. Miss Ebony Kenny is here as well. $285,000 Up for grabs right now. Final 8 players. First place, $50,000 all the way down to $5,660 for that 8th place. $44,500,000 in chips. 1,485 players started this weekend from a pool of 1 million participants, 300,000 unique players. And we are down to the final 75 this morning, and now final 8. If you're curious, the red chips are 100,000, gray chips are 125,000, blinds are 100. Pat, what are the lines?
Blinds right now are I just had it up on the board.
125, 250 with
yeah,
a 250, 250,000 ante, and the gray chips are 25,000.
Yeah,
not 125.
Exactly, 25. Yeah.
Oh, reds are 1 and the grays are 25.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic. So that puts us in a $600,000 pot pre-flop each hand.
Correct.
And we're also playing the big blind ante structure. So some of you guys I know have never seen that before. That means rather than everybody at the table paying up the ante, just the big blind pays the ante for all the players. It kind of speeds up the play, and it's a recent new change. And Ebony, I know, about a year ago it started becoming pretty popular. What are you thinking? What do you think about this change?
So part of me really likes it, and because it speeds up the game. Certainly, I mean, I can tell you right now as a player how much every individual ante slows down the game tremendously. You get a lot less hands in. So I am a fan in that regard, but I'm kind of on the fence about whether or not it's big blind first or ante first, because there are some places that do big blind first. So like if you're a short stack and let's say you only have enough for the big blind, some places your big blind will cover, so that way if someone else comes in the pot for the big blind, you have a chance to triple up, quadruple up, or whatever. But then there are places like here at the Golden Nugget where they do ante first. So like this actually came up yesterday in the Pros versus Joes. I had just a big blind left, and so I was supposed to pay the ante. But because it was our own game, we decided. We decided we were going to let the big blind, you know, and just have no ante that hand. But I do like. So I definitely like it to speed up the game itself. But I don't know how I feel as far as the ante first. I thought before it was for sure I liked the ante first, but I think now after being in that spot yesterday, I was like, I think I like big blind first.
And I think really, I think we all just want consistency. It should be standardized, right?
Yeah.
So it needs to be in the TDAs. We need to determine what it is, and then so that when a poker room says we follow TDAs, okay, well then that's what it is, right? And I will say that I was just for fun last night. We went to Binion's. We wanted to go to the old location of the WSOP. We played in a very fun tournament, and they had regular antes. And to tell you the truth, 9 out of 10 people at the table didn't know what they were doing as it relates to their use of the big blind ante. So I think what has happened now is that big blind antes are now the norm. We just need to make sure it's standardized. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think that's a problem too, is when they introduced it, there was no here's what it is.
Right.
It was like room for interpretation, and I think that if whoever started the big blind, the big blind anteing first, if they had said, no, this is the way it's going to be, then there would be no either or, and it would just be one way across the entire world.
Right. It's similar to what we were talking about earlier today about the shot clocks.
Yeah.
Standardize it. What is it going to be for the big dollar ones? We don't want to do it for the smaller dollar ones because it's just really not, there's no place for it. Need to just standardize things. And I think that's what poker players are looking for, consistency.
Absolutely. Speaking of big blind, in antes, blinds are now 150, 300, 1,000 with a $300,000 ante. So we're talking $750,000 in the pot pre-flop before any action even
now
happens.
we're at nosebleed seats.
So things are going to speed up at this point. People are going to see that amount of money. They're going to play a little more aggressive, I think. I think you're going to see some.
Yeah, speaking of aggression, we got Neal raised under the gun +1
on that
with the King 7 offsuit.
And on that note,
Donna wakes up with 10s in the big blind, and Neal's going to get it in there, which I'm very surprised here. Donna's happy to see that she's, got him smashed 70% to 30, but
gotta deal with one over.
She can't be too thrilled with the one over.
No.
Pretty safe flop for Donna's hand.
2 outs. You know that one of the kings is dead.
Donna looking to repeat her title from 3 years ago.
And if she wins this pot, it's gonna put her in a good position. 5.6 million, put her in the middle of the pack.
So there is a lot of action going on. We are streaming 30 minutes behind, so some stuff's going on right now. I can't wait to see what's going on.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, so Neal is getting up as if he thinks that he's busted, but he might have some chips left over. And if he does have chips left over, if their graphics are correct, he has what I like to call a skanky stack.
And
where
we've heard that term.
You got to sit down.
It's just very irritating.
And it's so annoying.
Yes.
And you're just like, ugh.
Especially after a bad beat. You could take it if it's not necessarily, but but if it's a bad beat and you have to sit there for another hand and look at your chips somewhere across the table, it's a negative thing. Right. Definitely negative.
You can see the payouts streaming across the bottom of the screen. 75 places were paid out.
Oh, she had him covered.
So our friend Neal finishes in 8th place, $5,660 to you, Neal. Congratulations.
Down to 7 players. Let's talk a little bit about, as it relates to, Ebony, give us your feeling. Now it's starting on the final table. We're starting to shrink down. We're now down to 7 players. How do you see the action going to continue here? What would you like to see from some of the players and what they should be doing?
I mean, I think, to be honest with you, I'd really like to see some aggression. I think Jen really has what it takes. You saw her bet a queen high flop. She had middle pair and she bet into 2 players and she doesn't, and so that's what I like to see. She's aggressive. She's not going to play passive. And I think that's what needs to happen. And also realizing that right now, this is we thought leading up to the final table was the pressure point.
Right.
Right now, these players are all in the pressure cooker for real because every single spot is a massive pay jump.
Absolutely.
8th place, you saw Neal go out in 8th place. He got $5,660. The next person gets $7,255.
So I was talking to Mike during the break, and Mike said he thought things were going to speed up a little, hinting around that from an aggression standpoint. He wakes up with ace king. I'm really curious to see what he's going to do in this position. He does he raises to $1.5 million.
I mean, I think it's a great concept to talk about as it relates. If you are, Jennifer is the big stack at the table, and you have to take advantage of that.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to be aggressive. You have to be selectively aggressive and make sure you're not putting yourself.
She has the best seat on the table because the other player at the table that's really aggressive is Mike, and she's on his direct left, so she gets to watch him do all the action.
Right.
And then she essentially gets to become the driver. So she's primed to. I would be bearing a major cooler.
Yep.
She's my pick to win. Just based on how aggressive she is and, her luck of the draw and as far as seeding goes.
And we've also been able to watch her play.
Yeah.
And she doesn't hesitate.
She's not afraid.
Nope.
Which is one of the things, being fearless in poker is such a such a strength. It's such a tool because you can't. It takes a lot to teach someone how to be fearless at the table, right? You can take someone fearless and teach them how to pull it back a little bit and say, hey, pump the brakes just a little bit. Whereas someone who's used to only pumping the brakes, you can't teach them how to floor it.
Correct. It's a personality trait.
Right.
Right. Yes, I agree with that.
Raphael picks up a pot pre-flop with queens. He shoves it all in, and that's going to take that pot down.
And it makes it through. I think it's a really valid, very important point that you're bringing up as it relates to being aggressive, selectively aggressive, particularly in a final table, really utilizing your skill and believing in yourself and thinking that, but also combining that with observation, right? So, when you talk about being aggressive, some people are like, oh, I was aggressive. Well, did you also understand and think about what was going on around in front of you?
Right.
And you looking at everybody's stack and what had they just done for the last 3 hands and how did they react? Because you have to find selective aggressiveness. Because I think a lot of recreational players and so forth, they want to be aggressive, but they then lose that observational skill.
Yeah, they do blind aggression.
Correct.
Where it's just, well, I'm supposed to be aggressive, right?
Right, right. But it seems like, to tell you the truth, I'm looking at the players that we're seeing here at this table, and they've gotten this far by doing that. We have some skilled players here, and they're picking their spots.
Now, if Jennifer opens here, I'll be so excited, and it'll just kind of prove my point of that she's... No! I was so excited! Jennifer, I would have loved to see an open there. Oh my gosh, that would have been so amazing. But this is a spot where, like, so Mike could have opened with the queen 9 suited, and then once he folded, and she just has jack 7 in the hijack to 2 pretty tight players and the cutoff and the button, like, that's her perfect opportunity to just take advantage.
Looking what the situation is
Yeah.
and finding your position and utilizing that. Well, I mean, you know, and they're still in a learning mode too, right? I mean, they're bar poker open players.
Practice.
They're practicing now.
Yeah.
They're playing for a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it's something that you can continue to work on with your game, and I think that everybody has leaks like that in their game. I know that.
Yeah,
I
for
know
sure.
that there are things like that I have to work on.
I mean, I know for sure, like, I've been playing for so long, and literally, I would say just in the past couple of years, maybe like the past like 2.5, 3 years, it's been the first time that I've like properly studied and worked on my game, other than just talking with other players about my game, you know, in becoming situationally aware.
Right.
So
and it's go ahead.
I was going to say, no, you're talking about Jennifer. I want to bring her up because we got a couple people, Taylor and Jeff Neems down in South Florida. Jen is also their pick to win.
See, of course.
But we just got an all-in with jacks, all in for $10 million.
So Phil opened the cutoff with King 8 offsuit, and you know, Tim wakes up with jacks in the small blind, and he's putting that big stack. He's like, "Hey, come get it."
If you have something, call. Otherwise, get out.
But look, you see Phil, he's not afraid. He raised the cutoff with King 8 offsuit. He's like, you know what, it's fine. They got to wake up with the hand in order for me to not take this down. And that's what, unfortunately, that's what happens.
Well, some people are going to say, well, he just lost chips and he's at the final stage. But you can't be results oriented.
Right.
You have to think about it as, you're right. In this situation, you have to take that chance. You have to look at what's happening and put it out there with the King 8. I agree. I think it's the right thing that you should be doing.
Hey, fun fact about our friend Jen. She is actually a dealer down in South Florida for the No Limit Poker League.
Oh, how exciting!
So I have a lot of friends. We all have a lot of friends that are
dealers.
And what's your take on a dealer having an advantage over a regular player?
Listen. So as someone who has dealt,
correct,
I currently deal a PLO game at home. So I don't think that dealers necessarily have any advantage, because to be honest with you, yeah, sure, there are some times where we have extra time where, like, a player's taking a long time. We get to watch players. We get to be curious. But at the end of the day, we're just too busy trying to control the game to really work on getting reads. And especially, like, for me, when I'm playing PLO, like, I want to make sure I'm calculating, or when I'm dealing PLO, I want to make sure I'm calculating the pot.
Yeah, you have,
correctly.
Yes, exactly.
And it's a pretty big game. So,
Yeah.
like, I don't care if I'm trying to, like, it's not my time to learn there. It's my time to just be accurate.
And especially for a PLO game, I can fully understand. Yeah, absolutely.
So I want to take it one step further, because we're all very well versed in longer run, deeper stack, higher buy-in, higher payout cash games. Most of these people outside of the pub are really experienced 1-2 players, and they're sitting with the 1-2 player. And where you're dealing PLO, and there's a lot of things to calculate, there are a lot of dealers that actually play Eastern Poker Tour and some of the other leagues, and they do walk in with some of them thinking that they have an advantage. At a 1-2, I almost kind of agree, because there isn't as much control or having to worry about it. They're watching, they're seeing thousands upon thousands of hands, but they're also seeing the same players as well at these local.
Well, they're definitely not seeing thousands upon thousands of hands unless they've been dealing for like 5 years.
Well,
because even the fastest dealer are only getting in 25 to 30 hands an hour.
Right.
So.
Well, it adds up. It certainly adds up.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely adds up. But I think it's one of those things where, as far as bar poker, there's definitely
another all-in.
Yeah, we've got lots of action here. Phil just is like, if you got a queen, you got a queen. He raised pre, went to the flop 4 ways, and this is just going to absolutely take it down unless Jim gets squirrely here. But I think, did Jim fold? Who's it on? It's on
Tim.
It's on Tim.
Yeah, Jim, it looks like he's already folded.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Taylor,
Everybody
you must be
folded.
a teacher.
Getting back to the dealer point, Benny, I agree with you. Even if they're seeing a lot of hands, they're not making the decisions.
Yeah, and I'm also talking about like the average dealer to the average player.
Correct.
No advantage, but definitely in the bar poker thing, like most players who are new to bar poker, like they've never played poker a day in their
Correct.
life. They don't know what a small blind is, what a big blind is. They don't know what antes are. So in that regard, absolutely there's an advantage just because you now know the flow of the game and you know what to expect.
And you feel more comfortable.
Yeah,
and
it's
you
that
feel like you're
comfort
the table
level.
captain. And you
So,
feel all those
and there's
things.
also the element of bar poker, and exactly what Bar Poker Open is its camaraderie and its help. And that's the thing that the dealers, if I'm a new player and I sit down and a dealer is being extremely helpful and showing me how, and then the next day they might be sitting next to me playing, I'm excited.
Correct. Now I'm part of the club.
Yeah,
right?
I've been
You feel that way.
welcomed in with open
Right.
arms, and no one's like making fun of me because I don't know what a big blind is. Everyone's like, it's okay, I was there once too.
What I need to do is find a place I can play Raz so I can learn how to play Raz. That's what I want. That and 2 to 7 low ball.
Exactly.
No,
So
I'm completely serious. I want to learn those games because they're interesting.
They're so interesting.
I love it, and I love PLL too.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, there was a PLL tournament going on here, and of course I'm doing commentary, but I said to
he was
Evan,
drooling. He wanted to play.
oh my God, it would have been great because we don't get a lot of PLL tournaments in our area.
Yeah.
It's just not the way it is, but there's a lot of great games out there.
So many.
Yeah, yep.
I got super lucky. So a few years back, I live in Austin now, but I've been in Austin for a year and a half. And before then, I was in California for 2 years. And during my time in California, one of my good friends, and he was also my backer for a lot of the big games that I played in, he won the WSOP Dealer's Choice event in 2016, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 2017. But I got to sit behind him, whenever, especially during the World Series, you're waiting for a seat to play in
Right,
cash.
right.
And so for him, because he plays the nosebleed mixed games, there's always a seat open for him. So while I would be waiting and this happened so many times, I'd be waiting for a seat on 2-5 or 5-10.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would sit behind him. There was a few times I was just like, I'm just going to stay here and watch this, because essentially what I was doing was getting free lessons from, at that time, the best in the world.
Correct.
And I was
watching the games being played.
Pay
yes,
for this.
Absolutely.
And I got super lucky. So
playing at not just at a high dollar level, but a high play level.
Yeah, intellectually.
Yes, absolutely. Because you're not putting that much money, into a game unless you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there are whales and there are fishes that really good players want to see coming to the WSOP, to the special high stakes area. The name of the area mistakes me now, but there is a specific area. It looks like Glenn has brought you a present.
So Ebony has been begging for a cheese plate all day,
God.
and
We have
Andy, can you show this on the camera
plate,
real quick,
stat,
please?
Please. Cheese
Hey,
plate,
producer
stat,
back there.
and bottle of wine. I think it's a twist stop.
Oh.
It's a twist
All right,
stop.
well,
Let me take care of that.
I'm
Would you like that?
obsessed.
Is that bottle of wine
Okay,
good
look,
for
we
you?
got nines and Queen Jack. We're not sure what's happening here. The nines raised. Oh my God, guys, listen.
All right, well,
I have been bragging about this cheese plate.
Oh, you have been. There's a lot of love. Not only is our friend Glenn showing you some love, our friend Angela Ford out on our chat line wants to say how much she loves you, Ebony.
Oh, hi, Angela. I love you too, boo. Yay.
Yay. So speaking of our chat line, what chat line am I talking about? This is the chat line, the talk. You're right?
1-900
1-900
Bar Poker Open. Dial now.
So you can
For
be in
all
the chat.
your poker fantasies.
All right, online. Hey, this is the 2019 Bar Poker Open U.S. National Champions.
Close that, please.
We are live here at the Foxwoods. Oh, we just had somebody open up our screen, so we're all screwed up now. We're at the Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino.
Recover.
We'll recover in Las Vegas. This is the $200,000, not $250,000, $285,000 Bar Poker Open Championship with $50,000 going to first place. You can check everything out on the blog with our friend Brittany. You can follow the stream live and be in the chat room. You can watch us drink some wine and eat some cheese if you want and have some fun with that. My name is Evan Myers from the Lounge Radio Show in Boston. I am with one of the consummate poker professionals and life coach, Ebony Kenny.
Woohoo, go to uncagedcollective.com. Yeah, okay.
And our great friend and nationally touring poker enthusiast.
Yeah.
I love that business card title.
Yes. Yeah.
Pat Gallagher, welcome, guys.
So Tim woke up with jacks again, and he raised and just took down pre. No one's cards are corresponding with his cards to put any additional chips in the middle. But hey, way to go, winning with jacks twice on a final table. It's hard to win with jacks ever, let alone twice at a final table.
And getting them through twice.
Yeah.
But let's look at how he did that. He didn't make, a three-quarter effort. He put in a real bet, a real raise, saying again, if you want to play, you're going to have to pay.
Yeah.
And I think some people getting to this type of situation, final table, being nervous, so forth and so on, sometimes their bet sizing can be affected, right? And they're going to start to feel like, hey, I don't need to do. I think he bet $1.5 million, close to $1.5 million, whereas someone might be doing something under $1 million. You want to get somebody in the pot, but you want to make them pay for it and make that they are confident and they're going to come in and they're going to play against you.
Yeah, I like to call them invitations. I try not to send out too many invitations to players on the table. Like, I'm very like, listen, this is a very specific invitation.
If you have it, let's play.
Or if you don't and I can outplay you, then also let's play.
And that's a really good point. You have to really think about it. The people at the table, can you outplay them after the flop?
Right.
And I think that's a key point. And I think we've all been that in a tournament where you're at a table and you're feeling confident because you feel like you can outplay most of the people at the table after the flop.
Yeah. So Jen Payton's youngest son is in the chat. Shout out to Jaden Payton, 14 years old from Florida. Jaden, I know a lot about you because I interviewed your mom. Actually, that's all I know about you, but hello. I know those two things. And you're the youngest of 3 boys, and she's got her first grandchild on the way, which will be due in a couple of months. Also a boy. So she's just
over the moon.
Yeah, all the boys in the family.
Yep.
So Donna opens the hijack to 900,000. Let's see if she's going to get any action here.
Wow. Holy crap. That was like daggers.
Oh, guys, in about 30
Lots of
minutes.
things going on.
In about 30 minutes, we got a big hand coming up.
Yep.
We don't know what it is. We can just hear the crowd reacting.
Sure, you can too.
I am so excited for these hands.
And Donna gets it through. All right, so Tim, go ahead.
Oh, there's the chip counts there. Raphael's down to 4 big blinds, and you've got Jem with 8 big blinds, and everyone else is well above 10 big blinds. So we've got a real tournament battle going on.
Yes, we absolutely do. We absolutely do. 2, maybe 3 stacks in trouble, making decisions based on am I shoving or am I folding. But the rest of the top of the chip count are going to be able to get some play going.
Yeah, what Raphael can do here now, knowing he's got 4 big blinds, he can kind of like fold his way up and hope that like something happens with the 8 big blind stack and, get a money jump of an additional almost $2,000. That'd be great. It's the difference between, like right now he's guaranteed 7.2K and he could, back his way into 9.3K. Not too bad.
He took advantage. He's in the small blind. He shoved on the big blind.
This is perfect. I think it's going to get through.
Perfect situation. Even though Michael's a bigger stack, he knows, percentages show that Michael's probably not going to wake up with a big hand. So you're doing it. You're picking up the blinds and the antes. He's just increased his stack by 750,000 by being aggressive in that particular situation.
Ebony, being the stylist and the fashionista that you are, because you're always dressed impeccably.
Thank you.
What do you think of the Sunshine Poker League's uniforms?
I love them. I actually had a pretty good conversation with Mike asking about them because I wanted to get some for the Thirst Lounge. And he makes those shirts himself. And so I was like, all right, we're going to talk business when this is all said and done because they're well made. They're designed impeccably. I really like them and they stand out, and they get people curious, and anything that can do that in fashion, I think, is doing such a great thing. And then when you're doing that and it's bar poker, it's an extra, it's a conversation starter.
Oh, certainly, certainly. Hey, you mentioned a fun project that you're involved with, and obviously yesterday we got to play in the Pros versus Joes, and some of your friends from your project were there. Will you tell us a little bit more, because there are a lot of people that weren't paying attention then?
Oh, yeah, sure. So I got lucky enough to be a part of this amazing project called the Thirst Lounge. So if any of you guys are familiar, if you've ever seen any nosebleed poker on Poker Go or Poker After Dark, Poker Night in America, anything, you will recognize the name and face of Bill Perkins, who is a energy trader and multimillionaire who ran Thirst Lounge, his channel on Twitch, but has been running it very sporadically over the past couple of years, and he decided to have a contest to find a host for the Thirst Lounge, and he was going to give them $10,000 and invite them to, his home and the use of his yacht in the Virgin Islands. And I made it down to the final 15, and from that 15 they decided, you know what, we don't want to narrow it down, we're going to create a team of 10. And so he gave us each a bankroll of $10,000, and then right before we launched, literally the day before we got on the plane to go down to the Virgin Islands, Party Poker matched his original offer and gave us each an additional $10,000. So we got a $20,000 bankroll from Party Poker. We got free study courses from Raise Your Edge. We got some mindset stuff from Elliott Rowe and Run It Once. We have access to his yacht twice a week in the Virgin Islands. I mean, it's one of the, it's so much fun, and it's 10 different, very big, outrageous personalities all together. It's like Big Brother Real World meets Road Rules meets
Well,
poker.
we had Big Brother at the table last night.
Yeah, well, and that's what, so we have a bunch of, so we did have Kat Riffick, who is a big YouTube star. She had like 450,000 subscribers on YouTube. She actually withdrew from the program because it was just too much of a commitment for her. But John Party won Big Brother Canada several years ago, and then Adam Klein won Survivor a couple of years ago, and then a couple of us, I won't say any names, but a couple of us have been finalists for Survivor, and so we're all like, to me, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm about to take a crash course on how to win Survivor. Yeah,
TV Hall of Fame, right? But
and the future reality TV Hall of Fame.
And we won't talk about necessarily what John's noted for on Big Brother. He has a big claim to fame of
drinking, I think.
Yeah, that, and with everybody. So,
but we've got fireworks on the table right now.
That we do.
So Phil raised with Ace Jack offsuit under the gun, and Jim re-raised all in under the gun +1. And we're going to see what's happening. Guys, I'm partaking in my cheese plate, so if you hear me chewing.
No, that was me just playing. You peel that cheese so elegantly.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm so fancy with the string cheese.
Jennifer's asking for a count.
You can see the payouts scrolling across the bottom. There's a lot of money at stake.
There is.
When you see 75 payouts ranging from $700 to $50,000, and wow, that's just a lot of cash from bar poker and free poker as well. So remember, you can check out everything, and don't forget to check out the websites, the Facebook pages. We've been talking all about them all day.
And Jim gets a call from Phil.
Phil's not going to like that. But kind of a typical race. We see this quite often.
So Jim's in prime position to double up from Phil here. Well, now there's a chance for a chop.
Potential backdoor flush, but, well.
Let's just add to that potential backdoor.
Yep.
So now any non-diamond 4, any deuce, any 3 is a chop, and well, that's it.
Yep, that just took care of it.
Jim doubles up through Phil. Gives him $5.5 million in his chip stack, a little more than that.
So he's hopped up to the lower half of the middle of the chip counts. So he's got a little bit more chips, so now he has a little bit more play. Think about what he wants to do.
Exactly. Hey, since we were interrupted a few minutes ago, this is the 2019 Bar Poker Open. Oh, we've been here a long time, huh? Try this one more time.
Long week, guys. Long
2019
week.
Bar Poker Open U.S. National Championship. We are live from the Golden Nugget Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. Players playing for their share of $285,000. $50,000 going to first place. My name is Evan Myers. Ebony Kenny and Patrick Gallagher are sharing the microphones with me. Hey, hey.
Hello, hello.
Exactly. 43 different poker leagues from all over the country, 300,000 unique players, 1 million plus participants have started a season and have vied down to 1,485 players here this weekend. 75 players started today, and as you can see it, we are now down to 7. If you're curious, the red chips are 100,000. The gray chips are 25,000. If you want to do the math yourself. 750,000 in the pot pre-flop every hand. 150, 300, 300,000 for the big blind and big blind ante, meaning that the big blind pays the ante for the whole entire table.
So speaking of that prize pool, that $285,000 prize pool, this was a $200,000 guaranteed, and it was smashed by an additional $85,000. That's so sexy.
Yeah, sure. Last year we thought when it just almost hit 250,000, we thought that was a pretty impressive number.
Yeah,
this one blew that away.
Blew it away.
Blew it away. So one thing I've noticed, I was going to say, one thing I noticed, Donna and Jennifer are playing a lot of hands. Mm-hmm. And it's not hurting at this point, but at this point, do you as a poker player, Ebony, think that playing a lot of hands in this situation can be helpful or hurtful? Are you strictly playing the cards? Are you worried about a rush? You get on a rush, you get 2, 3, 4 hot hands, and then all of a sudden you wake up with kings at that point, and they're not as strong anymore because no one's going to believe you at that point.
I mean, hey, if somebody doesn't believe me when I have kings, I hope to God that's what happens. That's why you play aggressively, right? Mm-hmm. You can't always have it. But this is a prime example of Jennifer she sent out the invitation to everyone in the table because she limped on the button, let Donna get in there with queen 4 offsuit. Donna flops bottom pair with a second nut flush draw and just turns trips. So, and if Jennifer had been aggressive like she's been this whole time, then Donna would have never seen this flop, and Jennifer would have just taken this pot down. So
goes to your first point, as we just talked about.
Aggression rules the day.
Right.
You have the big stack. You need to be selectively aggressive. You're on the button. You know, it's really splitting up what's going on at the table. If you're on the button, you're in the cutoff, you're in that area. You need to be aggressive. You need to be taking those opportunities that are presented to you. And I agree with you. You know, she limped the button. That is showing there's too many invitations. I love that. I love that terminology. You're putting out way too many invitations there. Yeah. And it was folded to her.
Yeah.
So if you're the big the big stack, and it's folded to you on the button, and you're limp, what are you doing? You've really got to take that aggression, that opportunity.
Especially when you have such a good hand.
Correct.
When it's folded to you, I could understand like if she wanted to limp like an 8-9 offsuit, or a 7-8 offsuit or a 9-10 offsuit, something like that. Then I understand the limping. But you've been gifted a really good hand.
Now, just as a provision there, and always want to put it, maybe she saw something, maybe she felt something, maybe she felt like this is something that I need to do. Maybe there's an opportunity here that I can flop. I can get some, ace-5 flops well. So is there some way I can take advantage here? So every player, based on what their live read is, what their feelings are, was the decision she made. At the end, really what happened is she ended up giving up those chips.
Guys, shout out to Jordan Cutter, one of the floor guys here at Golden Nugget.
Nice job, Jordan.
What up, J-Dog?
I see what he's doing. He's coming in here trying to get wine. We see you, Jordan.
He'll have no wine before it's time.
We got wine. I know what you're trying to do. It's wine 30 somewhere. Oh, look at this action, guys. Did this go all in pre? I turned around and...
Raphael was all in pre-flop.
Okay.
Yep. But his aggression goes to your point. He pushed all in with his queen jack, and look at what he ended up with.
Oh, wow. Raphael doubles up with the straight. You guys heard the audience.
Nice crowd hanging out. It's so awesome when, with pub play poker, and some of these people aren't even friends or family of anybody. They're just people walking by the grand ballroom here
and hearing the cheers
and what's going on, and they're like, "There's a poker tournament going on," and they came running. I saw
more
that.
like a party at this point.
Yeah, they just want to be a part of the action. I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I love being back here with you guys, but to be honest, if I could stream live from out there and we could just do this live.
Right. Yeah, it would be interesting. That's for sure.
I didn't want to see that. No.
Imagine that we'll see some chip counts here pretty soon. Jennifer took a hit, but not too bad about a hit. I think she's still probably above 8.5 million, close to 9 million in that range.
Let's see. So it looks like Tim's got about 1.2 million. We'll get a good look at Jen's stock. I think she's around 7 million. We'll see. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, around 7 million.
7 million?
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's our chip stack, 6.5. Donna has worked her way up to 8.65 million. Get it, Donna. And Phil, look, I love this aggression. Getting in there with the 9-7 offsuit. He's like, come for it.
And increases his chip stack by 1 million chips.
Look at that, guys. He increases his stack by 30% just by taking everything down pre-flop.
By ripping it in with 9-7. Again, the power of position.
The power of position. All right, for those of you just joining, this is the 2019 Bar Poker Open U.S. National Championship. We are live at the Gold Nugget Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada, playing the tournament amongst the Grand Poker Series going on here for the month. $285,000 at stake, $50,000 for first place. Right now we're looking at 44,500,000 chips in play. 1 million participants started just over a year ago. 300,000 unique players, down to 1,485 players started this week. Today, 75 players started, and we are at the final table now with the final 7. If you're curious, you want to do the math, red chips are 100,000, gray chips are 25,000. And we were watching the best of the best amateurs from all over the country here in Las Vegas. 43 poker leagues amongst the family of Bar Poker Open. 24 leagues made it here, and pretty crazy.
And started off the week with through 3 days of day 1A, day 1B, and then the second chance. Over 1,400 runners.
1,485 total.
Brought
players.
It down to today. 75 started the day.
That's true.
At 11 a.m. this morning, and we're now down to 7. All with a pretty decent chance at $50,000 at the top.
I'd like to have a chance at this right now. I wouldn't mind being dealt in. Give me 3 big blinds at this table right now. I'll be so happy.
Well, I think the project you and I were talking about yesterday, that you should take on that venture and tour the pub scene.
Yeah, guys, if you're part of the Bar Poker Open, make sure you give Glenn a hard time and say, yeah, do what Ebony wants to do, because I promise you it'll be fun for everyone. I don't want to give it away until it becomes official, but I do think it would be a lot of fun and a lot of adventure leading up to next year's Bar Poker Open. So, and a way to get all of the leagues involved.
Yeah. And there you saw it. $7,200 is the min cash right now available for all of the players still left in the tournament. But they really want that $50,000. I know it. I would too. So.
And Donna's got pocket 8s under the gun +1. assume she's putting a raise together. And the blinds have gone up, huh? To 200, 400 with the $400,000 ante.
Million.
So she's raised it to $1 million. Ooh, is Raphael gonna get a little bit squirrely? He was thinking about it. Oh, I think we're gonna see a flop with this hand.
I can't see Mike folding this.
He might even shove all in here.
He might even raise. That's what I was just thinking. I know all his boys out at Wild West Pizza and Grill are hoping for that shove that he just made. They're all cheering him on with their free libations today, huh?
So
it's
yeah,
pretty
so
cool.
Mike shoves it in just like we thought he would.
Yep,
We
absolutely.
thought there would be a chance of that. But I think Donna might end up making the call. It's going to be one of those like, I guess I'll call.
Yep.
Yeah, she's asking for a count here. And it's 11 big blinds, so.
Half of her existing stack.
I don't see her folding, though.
I mean, we've seen some pretty crazy things here at the Bar Poker Open in our time commentating, so I'm not surprised of much of anything anymore.
Yep.
No.
But I would really like to see a call from her
I
here.
believe she's going to call.
Look at Mike sweating it out.
Yep.
He's like, just go ahead and fold.
It's one of those places, one of those times where you're starting to watch. Are they moving their hands closer to the line, or are they moving it back? Are they asking too many questions? Are they really going to do it? And it's one of these situations where he's feeling, do I want her to call, or not want her to call? You're right on that ledge.
Exactly. He doesn't want to call. I mean, you don't want to. I don't want to play from behind.
He's got to feel good though, knowing that she's taking this long.
Correct.
Like he knows that she doesn't have ace king at this point.
Correct. Exactly.
All right, and she does make the call.
I wonder if the debate was whether she thought she was ahead and did she want to take that race at this point, or she actually.
I mean, I think it's probably like there's a good chance he could have 9s plus. You know, there are all those hands that beat her, and you know, like I think if she had 9s, it'd be like a snap call. 8s is right on the fence, I think, for Donna in this spot.
Still looking good.
Really good flop for those 8s. Oh, so now that turn card actually gives Mike 4 more outs. So now any 10, king or queen. And that's gonna do it.
The 8s hold up.
Mike has been eliminated.
Congratulations, Mike, our new friend from Central California in the Sunshine Poker League.
And Mike takes home $7,255, but with that hand, Donna takes the chip lead.
She does.
And, you know, I got to talk to all the players before the final table started, and I asked Donna if this was going to be a repeat. And she said, well, you know, the last time that she won this event 3 years ago, she came into the table as the short stack. She was coming into the table as the short stack again, and now she has taken over as the chip leader. We might have a double winner on our hands.
That is crazy.
Taking a breath, trying to assess. I think she's very excited, trying to get those chips in and or stacked and trying to figure out what's next.
Yeah, she's a very one hand at a time type of woman.
There's a comparison. Neal was one of the shorter stacks. She was one of the shorter stacks. You know, he was aggressive in the beginning. He's now out of the tournament.
Yeah.
She picked her spots. She was trying to find that right place to get her chips in. And it paid off.
Yeah, Neal also decided, he decided to call it off with the King 7 offsuit. I guess he just didn't believe. Was it against Jen or Donna?
Against
that he had that hand.
Jen.
But yeah, I guess he was just like, nope, I don't believe you. I'm going to call with the King 7. And it cost him, the whole tournament. So Raphael's all in on the button. with ace-9 off, and he's going to take it down.
So our next pay jump, $9,315, jumping up just under $2,000, or just over $2,000 for the next winner.
So we mentioned it earlier. This really cool table was produced by Gorilla Gaming. Gorilla Gaming makes all sorts of great tables, from your home tournaments to fully integrated. We have another all-in. We'll give that a second.
So Phil's all in under the guy with the king-queen offsuit. I don't see Donna calling here with the queen jack. Do you guys?
I don't. She's thinking about it. Those connectors, you know, everybody knows 10 jack. Everybody loves that as the strongest pre-flop drawing hand. People tend to think king, queen, or queen jack also, or queen jack rather, have the same value there, and the fact they think it's stronger. But hey, we were mentioning Gorilla Gaming. You can check them out at gorillagaming.net. If you want your table, USB ports, lights, all sorts of charging stations, cameras. You just go to Gorilla Gaming. Cool thing is, Gorilla Gaming provided all the cash tables for the main event this year, and they had a great
WSOP.
They had a great event. Right. So yeah, so you want to go over there and check it out. You can check out the booth and some of the other cool tables. I know my buddy Adam DeRoche in Freetown, Mass. purchased a table from the website, and we play a little home game on there every once in a while.
So they have 30 cash tables in the cash area at WSOP. And then as part of that sponsorship, they are also a logoed sponsor on the regular tournament tables as well. So a terrific opportunity for gorillagaming.net. And as you said, you can go on that website and you can customize a table right on the website.
That was cool.
You choose different things that you
can
want.
pick the rail, the felt, the cup holders. Whether you want lights, you can pick the legs.
And he's done, and Gorilla Gaming has done tables for some pretty famous people as well, correct?
Exactly.
Sergio Garcia and some other and some performance artists. So great stuff, great tables.
So Jen learned her lesson from that ace-5 of diamonds on the button a few orbits ago, because she got ace-6 of spades on the button this time, and she said, no, I'm not playing around. She raised and took it down. So
you know what? That is significant to me. Here's a player, learned, decided, did some self-evaluation of what I did, what I didn't do right, and she changed.
Yeah, she's adapting.
Changing gears, figuring out what I'm doing, and doing it on the fly. And I think that's what poker players need to be looking at. That is significant. You're looking at a player who someone could say, it probably wasn't the right play, figured that out for herself and have moved on from it. Or maybe she had a friend listen to the stream and then told her 30 minutes later. I mean, that's always possible too, right?
Whatever the reason, I am not mad at it. Get it, Jen.
That's right.
All right, so speaking of that, what's your take, Ebony, on poker by committee? Every pro, every player you see at the final tables now at the main events, when you see them on TV, they are chatting up there, their friends. They have 2 or 3 people in the audience online watching everything you do, and these coaches are they're on a 30-minute delay, but you're hearing a lot of information, and people say you just can't play that level of poker anymore without a team like that.
I mean, you can, but you have to remember that you might be the only one playing alone there, because, like you said, a lot of people are it's one of those things where if you have certain tools at your disposal, i.e. some other great poker minds and some people who are willing to put in the time and watch for you and maybe let you know some things you might be missing out on in the moment, why wouldn't you take advantage of that?
Absolutely.
So I think it's totally fine, because I've done it for some of my friends in live tournaments where, I mean, I remember several years ago, one of my friends, Jory, it was like one of her first tournaments over like $200. My backer at the time met her, loved her energy, and offered literally 10 minutes later, he's like, what can I put her in? And he put her in this $1,000 Caesars that happens right after the World Series main is over, and they don't do it anymore, but at the time it was a great tournament. But I spent 2.5 days standing behind her in high heels like an idiot. I should not have been in high heels. Should have definitely been in sneakers. But anyway, I spent 2.5 days behind her. Literally every hand, whether she was whether she played the hand or not, she would get up and come over to me, and I would give her tips or like show things that she might have been missing about like physical reads, you know, certain things. And it was just like it brings another level of awareness that when you're in game is hard to process, and like it's like you're going 100 miles an hour and you got all these things being thrown at you. So why not have an extra set of eyes?
Well, we witnessed it, and I experienced it yesterday. Our friend Brad had Joey behind us in our pros versus Joes. When Joey got knocked out, he hung out with Brad for a while and was certainly watching the hands and talking about the hands live.
But after that, you and I spent 45 minutes.
We sure did.
Talking about your experience. And so it's not necessarily just with, and we actually have a pretty big hand brewing here. We've got Raphael all in for $6.4 million. And under the gun, and then big blind Tim wakes up with ace queen and is deciding on the call.
I think he's going to end up calling. I think he's really sad that Raphael has built up to that many chips, because this call would have been a lot easier, 25 minutes ago.
Absolutely.
But I think at the end of the day, Tim's got to make this call.
It's just six-handed. It's a crazy strong hand.
You got to think about what the range is.
Those look like folding motion.
You got to think about what Raphael's range is. What are they doing?
Wait him out. Wait him out.
I love how stoic Raphael looks. He's like, you're not getting any information out of me, man. Not today.
He called.
He called. Wow, it literally looked like he was going to fold.
Yep.
He was right there.
I think his breathing picked up just a bit at one point there, and I think
observation,
the stoicism,
observing what's going on, what's happening.
I think he saw that actually,
and he hits the queen. However,
he's got 4 outs now. Nope. Now he's got, technically 8 outs, but one is gone. So he's got 7 outs now. Oh! Guys, I think that was a big hand.
I think you're right. You're right.
Wow.
Big change. Raphael now up to 13.5. Could be the chip leader.
Chip leader.
Oh, what we were talking about is, I think, having a team of people that you're working with, not just with tournaments, but also that you spend time talking about poker. Everybody has a different viewpoint. I know I'm lucky to have a couple of friends, a group of friends that we talk poker after tournaments, before tournaments. We're all poker nuts. But it's great to see it through the different eyes of different people. Sometimes you're going to be more aggressive. It depends on that ebb and flow of what your game is doing and where do you need. And sometimes you need somebody to say, hey, in that situation, you should be slowing it down, or that situation, you need to be more aggressive. We talked about 45 minutes. We talked about particularly one particular hand.
One hand. You were very kind to me in my overall play. I have to say that, but we did talk about that one hand and where it could have done something a little differently, and I certainly appreciate that, and I definitely, next time I'm in that situation, will know. But, just for the record, the Poker Pro did need a second Poker Pro to beat the amateur. Brad
just
will
note
never
for everybody,
live that down.
Evan's never going to stop saying that.
Oh, God, no.
And you
I don't mind losing to him. I certainly don't. He should beat me. I know. He's a PLO player. And we're just busting on him because...
No, Joe's the PLO player.
Joe's the PLO
Brad
player,
is
not Brad.
no limit.
Oh.
Brad's the no limit player.
Oh, then why did Brad even need Joe?
He didn't.
I know he didn't.
That's why it was so great to have... Oh, guys, okay, so Donna's raised in the hijack here with Queen Jack offsuit, and Tim's in the small blind with 9s, and he's all in now.
He did.
I think Donna's going to end up folding. But in this spot, I think I have to call. If I'm Donna, I call, but it's a very sad call.
Yep.
Because he's ripping for like 10 big blinds, maybe 11. And I already put in 3. So I'm going to
And there's a little bit of potential steaming there based on the last hand.
even
right?
more so, I'm more
So
likely to call because of that.
Yeah, you know, your feeling is the range is going to be a little bit wider. You know, she made the right decision there.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, he has his
maybe
play.
She's got 2 overs.
True, but here's his play has been pretty consistent and pretty.
Yeah. And speaking of, actually, the hand that just happened between Tim and Raphael is a perfect example of what we were talking about earlier, where you cannot play results-oriented.
Correct.
Because Tim made the right call with the ace-queen and got it in
100%.
against Raphael, and he was absolutely dominating
Correct.
Raphael. And he lost. So, but he can't look at it as like, oh, I shouldn't have played that hand. I should have folded, because when he got it in, he made the right read. He made the right call. He was dominating, and he just got extremely unlucky.
It's this time to grind. You know, you got to get back.
And Donna has decided she's going to raise under the gun with deuces. Donna did not come to play. I mean, she came to play.
She didn't come to fold, that's for sure.
Yeah. So I think Jennifer might call here, yeah.
I'm a big fan of deuces in this particular situation. It's a bit of a hidden hand. You know, you're raising 800K with it. I like it.
No one suspects that 2 on the flop to help you, that's for sure.
Yeah, so Donna's still ahead with her deuces.
She is.
But this is like a pretty nasty
The
board.
absolutely.
4, 5, 6, 7. But
Yep.
Donna finding all the guts here. She's going to bet on this. They checked around on the flop, and she's going to bet this turn. And I would call here, too, if I was Jennifer. She's got, you know, a gut shot to the nuts and 2 overs. She's in better shape than she realizes, I think. Donna does not like that. Somehow, Donna's going to love this, though, unless Jen...
Yep.
Jen, get squirrely. Do it. I don't think she bet enough. I think she bet 1.1? 900?
900, yeah.
Yeah.
I think if she would have done like 1.5, this would have got it done, but I don't know.
Looking
I
at
don't
the
see how
stack.
Donna can
Oh.
call. Woo! Go Squirrely Jen!
Wow.
Clapping.
Adapting.
Whoa.
Donna, I'm sorry, Jennifer is adapting based on what's been happening at the table.
I am so impressed with that hand. I love it.
Different speed. She has moved into a different speed here, and it took that's not something that we saw earlier with her, but betting that board, she looked at what was going on. She observed what Donna was doing and took advantage of it. What a terrific play. Back to 8, 8.5. A little bit more than that. This is one of those interesting hands where you're in a tournament. Small blind against big blind. Big tournament like this. Again, you know, between the two of them, it's really going to be whoever's going to be the most aggressive is going to take this down.
And Donna recognizing that she has to bet because, you know, she's been checked
She's got
twice
no showdown
now.
value
She's
with
got
10-3.
10 high, yeah.
I think for recreational players, betting into a board as Jennifer did in that situation, that's one of the hardest improvements to your game. What you have to do with your game, you have to be able to do that. You have to be able to bet a flop like that, even if you have air.
Yeah.
You have to do that in a tournament. And you
No,
have to
the
do it
chip stacks
multiple
does.
times.
Yeah, and look at that. See, Donna not being afraid to get in there and loosen up, has 25 bigs. Jen unafraid to get in there and you know, ruffle some feathers with 21 big blinds. And then obviously Rafa, who is down to 4 big blinds, is the chip leader with 29 bigs right now. And Tim, who started this tournament as the chip leader, is, I think, second from the bottom in chips right now.
Took a bad beat, but hasn't gone off on it. Hasn't started spewing chips and taking different wrong lines. He's backed it off and figured out what he needs to do.
Oh, okay. We got a little bit of a lag there, but we got it.
We're back.
Oh, I was going to be so impressed with Donna if she made that call. I'm already extremely impressed with the way that Donna's been playing.
She certainly looks like she's a past champion. She definitely understands what it's like to be at this table. That is a huge advantage.
Yeah.
Being here once before and taking it to the highest level. And they seem, some of them are laughing and joking, and Jennifer right now doesn't look too thrilled. Some of them are being very, very straightforward and very focused. And
Jen's ready to win this thing, and she's like, "Listen, I'm not going to let you guys laughing and giggling and having a good time distract me from my goal of winning that $50,000."
All right, we are live at the 2019 Bar Poker Open U.S. National Championship here at the Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Evan Myers. Ebony Kenny and Patrick Gallagher hanging out with the three of us all afternoon, having some fun with you guys. We're watching $285,000 being distributed to a first place of $50,000 and 75 places being paid out in today's tournament, all the way down to 700 players. 1,485 players started this week. Monday we had 457 in the first flight. Second flight on Tuesday, 529. In yesterday's flight, we had 499 players. They all vied down to 75 players. Started this morning, and right now we are looking at the final six. $50,000 to first place. 44,500,000 in chips in play. Red chips are 100,000, gray chips are 25,000. 43 different poker leagues, 1 million plus participants, 300,000 plus unique players. The best amateur poker players in the country all got here together and are playing for this championship, the trophy, the cash. We have a former champion sitting at this table as well. We see the waiter getting them some drinks. Don't forget to check out all of the social media platforms for Eastern Poker Tour, for Bar Poker Open, for River Chasers, for all of your local pub leagues. You're going to find out some great information. A lot of these websites are incredibly interactive. You can find out player stats, definitely where all the venues are. You can find out where you're ranked for the season, where you ranked last season. You check out Bar Poker Open. You can see all the different leagues that are participating and where you might find a league in your area.
Great
as well.
resource for anybody in the country to find these recreational leagues.
Exactly, and don't forget, you can check out the blog as well. We are on a 30-minute delay, but the blog is live action with our friend Brittany Page.
Oh my God, all the excitement.
I know, so stuff's going on around us right now because of that delay. We'll catch up in just about 30 minutes. Blinds now are 300,000, 500,000 with a $500,000 big blind. $1.3 million in the pot pre-flop every time. $1.3 million versus the $44,500,000 in play right now, guys. Where do you see that as is that a good level to be at right now? Is that where you would expect us to be?
Well, I
is
think
there
what's
play still left?
Well, for any stack that's under 6 million or even around 5 million or under, you've now entered the territory of shove or fold, and that's what it's going to come down to. We're reaching that level now where even at the higher level, there's not a lot of play. You got to pick your spots. Jim right now 2.3 million. Less than 2 big blinds. And
wait, what are the blinds?
It's one. It's the blinds are
300.
Oh, I guess
500,
with the antes. So he's got 2.5 bigs.
Yeah.
I mean, technically he's got almost 5 bigs, but with the antes coming into play, he's got he's got 2.
Right.
2.5 bigs. Oof.
Now, from a chip value or from a multiple of the blinds, where do you see that number at? Is he safe, or are people just going to really recognize he's the short stack? And even though he's slightly more than a few big blinds and just slightly takes out the value with an all-in bet right now pre-flop, do you see that people aren't just going to care, and that's just...
I mean, at that level, we were talking about this yesterday, is that a lot of players don't push soon enough, right? Because you want to be able to get the other players to fold because it's going to hurt, right? And get that fold equity. At this point, he's on an island by himself right now. He's the lowest stack that there is, 2.3. If he's lucky and he picks up some cards, I mean, really at the end of the day, I'm not sure what you guys think, but basically it's a face card, and and you're shoving. He does have a few additional hands that he can play, based on, this is where I think, it's one of those questions we were talking about before with the big blind ante, right? Where in this situation, this is where I appreciate the big blind ante. If I'm that short stack, I know how many hands I have now.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm going to equate that. I'm going to do the calculation. I'm going to see where I'm at, see what the other stacks are. I know I have 5 more hands. I have 4 more hands. So my range, as that number of hands decreases, my range is getting a heck of a lot wider, right?
And one of those pieces is the fact that, let's say there's 10 players at the table. You have 8 more hands before you even have to put any money in. Right. And you can pick, one of the things you can think about is picking your location by the other person's chip stack. How does that dent their other chip stack? Are you placing that bet versus the largest stack or versus the next smallest stack for you on the table?
Correct. Because it's going to hurt somebody who's got 5 million chips. It's not going to hurt somebody who's got 11 or 12 million chips.
Exactly.
Right. Absolutely. And here we go. Jim's got Queen 10 and under the gun. And he really doesn't have a choice. And we get the shove.
So I wonder if Tim is going to reshove here and make the call. He's got such a beautiful ace-4 hearts there.
He's going to have to think about it. And as I was just saying, right, so 2.3 million hurts a stack of 5.4.
Yeah, it's half a stack, over half a stack.
Now, for Raphael, it's not going to affect too much.
Yeah. Yeah, Tim's not thrilled with that, but I think he makes the right lay down there.
Now, if I were the big stack, this is where I'm peeling my cards and I'm hoping for a good hand, right? I mean, you want a hand at this point.
I think Jen wants to make that call so bad. I love that she was really like,
Now she kind of give that look like I shouldn't have folded.
Jim adds 1.3 million to his stack,
which is going to go right back in. So Donna's on the button. She's going to bet the button Jack 6. Phil, 5.1 million. King Jack in the small blind. And we're going to get a call. And we get a fold from Jim. He's folding the king, queen 5. Yes. All right, so everyone, we're watching the Bar Poker Open final table. We are down to 6 players. We've got Phil in the small blind. With the straight. Makes the bet. See if we can get Donna. Donna's got top pair. And Donna's going to let it go. So Phil is chipped up. He's got back to 8.3 million chips with that just won the hand. And we are lucky right now to have join us in the broadcast booth. We have Mike from Sunshine Poker League.
Hey,
Mike,
guys.
thanks for coming in.
It's my pleasure, man. This was a fun tournament. Absolutely amazing.
Congratulations on your finish in the event.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about how you got started with Sunshine Poker League and the BPO.
Really, it all started with Donnie Sunshine, part of the River Chasers in Philly. Came out to California, posted on Facebook saying, hey, I moved to the Central Coast. If anybody wants to learn how to play poker and come out and have a good time, hit me up. It's absolutely free. And at first, I didn't believe it. I'm like, free poker?
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know,
right.
Nobody gives up their time and their effort for free.
Right.
You know, especially not in California.
Right.
Because we get taxed on everything. So, so I hit him up and I'm like, really? You know, I'm not doing anything on Tuesdays because I'm not playing any sports anymore.
Yep.
On Tuesdays. And he goes, yeah, this is what we do. And I signed in the first time. We had about 6 players the very first day. And we just kept going. And
now it's 760 players in that range?
It's actually over that because we gained more this week.
Terrific.
So we're looking at really close to about 800 players. And we're expanding east now. We're going to open a second region in Bakersfield. We've got, which is about 2.5 hours away from where we're at on the coast. We're going to branch that out.
That's where you live. You live
No, I live in Santa Maria on the coast.
Right.
I drive 2.5 hours every Saturday to
it.
announce the dirt track races out there.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I make a field trip of it every Saturday out there and back. So.
Okay. Understood.
But yeah, it was fun. It started with that, and then I sent out messages to everybody that I knew, and
it just builds through social media and just conversation with your friends and different people in the area.
And if one person has a good time and they tell their friend, hey, come with me,
right,
and that friend has a good time and they tell 10 friends and one more friend shows up, that friend tells 10 more friends, and it just keeps blowing up. And now we're averaging 37 people a night.
That's terrific.
And 34.3 hugs or something like that a night,
34.7 hugs.
34.7. I was close.
And it's going up after that. And today, if you don't mind, I got to do a shameless plug here.
Okay.
I want to thank Wild West Pizza in Lompoc. They posted on Facebook today, anybody who comes in to watch the live stream gets free drinks and free pizza on the owner to watch me play. And that's amazing.
Wow,
that's great.
So awesome.
Yeah,
Building community through poker.
Well, like your bracelet says, strangers
Strangers
become
and
friends.
Right.
Friends become family, one game at a time.
Right.
And that's what it is.
Terrific. Exactly it.
So Donna's all in here in the hijack, and she just took that pot down with the ace-10 offsuit.
She did.
So she's happy with that.
Yeah, this was a very, very, very strong table.
Guys, we're on camera.
Mike, you're on
Say
camera?
hello.
How you guys doing out there?
Look, I like it just says Mike.
805.
That's all anyone needs to know. Mike.
Mike.
Yeah, I'm just Mike. So, but this table specifically, I played with every single one of them at one point or another through this tournament. Donna, I played with her right before we came to the final table.
Yep.
Jim, we played earlier, as well as Phil. And they're just solid as solid can be.
Let me ask you a question. Who do you think is going to take this down? Based on playing with these people, being at the final table, who's your pick? We already know Ebony's pick. I haven't given my pick yet. I'm going to wait till it gets down
Actually,
to top 3.
to be honest, the one who's was on a pretty good heater for me was actually Rafael.
Yep.
Playing in the 8-hole. He was watching everybody in front of him, and he was being very smart, very aggressive, and he was getting cards to back it up. And it's one thing to be able to be aggressive and play. It's another thing to be aggressive and have something to back up when you're doing it. I mean, when I played, as you guys saw, I had very few quality hands, and all the quality hands that I had, I tried to maximize. And unfortunately, the one time I came up on the short end of a 50-50, and her pocket eights held up.
Yep.
So, but
And
that's the way it is.
and that's what happened in Rafael. He came in. He got it in behind, and he won the hand. Now
Speaking of hands,
yes.
we got a big hand going
We
on
do,
right now.
absolutely.
I love you both, but we got to talk about what's happening.
Monster.
Absolutely.
So,
Wow.
so Phil opened with ace-5 in the hijack, and Jennifer just called out of the big blind. And I love that on a flop of 9-8-9,
With
Phil
the hearts.
c-bet, and she called with the ace-jack. She said, "I'm here for that."
Good flush draw. Ooh.
And so we'll see. Oh, I loved this.
Well, yeah, she
I
checked.
have a girl crush on Jen. She check calls. This is the second time we've now seen from her.
Yes.
Check calling a bet and then leading out on the river.
Right.
And both spots she has the best hand. Well, actually, the last spot she didn't have the best
No,
hand,
she
but she had a
didn't.
hand that she knew that she could get off.
That's right.
Yeah.
And this time it's going to work again.
And she did it again. Yep. And we were talking, Mike. We were talking before when you were at the table, or right after you had got knocked out. She made a questionable play, and I think we felt that she learned from that. She had an ace-5, and she let the play determine the other player determine what was happening, and she wasn't leading out, and she was not betting correctly on before the flop. And it looks like she's made an adjustment. She's become a lot more aggressive in those areas.
Jennifer did?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. She was sitting there. She said it right after the play was there. She said, I lost the power. And when it comes to tables like this where you've got 6 players that are stout, amateurs, but they're by no means
Well, if you can make it through
above the
1,400
shoulders.
people,
Yeah.
if you can make it through 1,400 people, it's significant.
they're stout players, and she knew, and I was at that same point too, where you guys saw it. There was a lot of times where I was on the button, folds around to me, and I'm betting big, stealing blinds, and doing that quite often because I knew if I lose my blinds, I've got to get them back somehow. So I was trying to stay with that at least to keep fairly level.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So another blind-on-blind hand between Jen and Donna, and yet again, Donna, smells, weakness, and she puts a bet out on the turn and takes down another pot. And I think it's interesting to point out here that Jen is very aggressive in certain spots, but then in other spots she's completely the opposite. She becomes very passive, and
it's really the power there, right? The power of the continuation
If
bet.
she could kind of tap in to just being aware. Like she made the correct call in the last hand with ace jack high on a 9-8-9 board, and maybe pay attention to the fact that Donna's just betting because Jen is checking.
Correct.
I think Jen would run away with this entire final table if she became aware of that.
Based
spot.
on what's going on with the other stacks, I wholeheartedly agree with you.
Yeah.
Maybe
another thing with these two girls was earlier in play, they went against each other before you guys were on the broadcast. They went against each other a couple times and earned mutual respect.
Yeah.
And that mutual respect is still there. But I think right now in this type of play, Jen is respecting Donna a little more than what she may need to with the cards that
I
are
was
there.
gonna say, I definitely think you can respect someone, but there's a fine line between respect and psyching yourself out.
Absolutely.
And I think Jen is psyching herself out in hands.
Just with Donna, though.
Yeah.
With the gentleman.
She's out for blood.
Oh, yeah. And I think it's one of those things that, you know, I don't want to say the girls team up on us guys, but
come on, why
you
not?
know,
Jennifer, come on. She did it again with the East 5 of diamonds. She just called the button.
Yeah, but, you know, ace 5 of diamonds for her, that's a decent card.
What we're talking about is in this position, she's got to be a little bit more aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You know, if it's full, now she.
Oh, my God.
She flopped it. Or close to it, I should say. You know,
so she flopped the flush draw and Phil flopped two pair. This is fireworks.
Something's going to happen.
Phil's going to check raise all in here.
This is going to get pretty savage real quick. Because, yeah, Phil's definitely gonna push and shove everything in with the two pair. But I'm wondering if Jen's gonna stick with it. He's got a made hand to a non-made hand.
Oh well, so he just chose to call, which is
interesting.
Strange to me, but
slow playing the two pair with nothing out there.
He's looking at it, trying to extract chips.
That's what I think he's doing.
I think the norm would be ripping it there or making a sizable bet. I think he's making the decision to. Now, I think what you're thinking about is it is Jack Deuce. You know, you don't want to, you know.
But there's so many cards there that go
Correct.
like it's a straight draw board. Look now. This is when Jen's aggression needs to rip it.
She needs to fire away.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got a straight draw on the board. He fired early.
Wait, she bet and he called? Is that what happened? What happened?
She bet.
And
she bet and he immediately
called
shoved.
With the I think he called.
It looks like he shoved.
What is happening? Guys,
wow.
This is what I tell you. You never know what's going to happen on bar poker. Our graphics could catch us up on there. We're so behind.
Right, so yeah, it looks like he's
$2,000 to call.
Or $2 million to call. She bet 2, and I think he check ripped.
Wow.
And it's only like another $1.5 million to call, but she can't call, and she knows that.
Right.
She has to fold. She's just saving face at this point, but, you know, even if you had one pair here, you just fold.
Yeah, I mean, really, what is she playing with right now? Ace high? You've got to get rid of it.
Oh, they called the floor because they wanted, because he was trying to shove, and I think the dealer interpreted it as he was calling because one stack hit before the other stack.
Got it.
So it's just a call. It's gonna be ruled as a call.
Slight string bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ultimately, either way, I believe if it's just a call,
really
he's
not talking
win
about
anyway.
much more. Like as you said, I mean, you know, I think he's got not much over $2 million, but he's gonna have to pull it back.
It was just a call, yeah.
So he's gonna take it with the two pair,
and now back to 7 point. Now up to 7.8 million.
She even said it right there. She looked at herself and said, "I messed up."
No, I think she said she missed.
Yeah.
So, Mike, it's been great having you here. We want to thank you very much for stopping by and
pleasure.
wish you great luck with the Sunshine Poker League and building it in Bakersfield as well as the Central Coast.
Yeah, and, you know, we couldn't have done it without you guys. I mean, you guys have helped us out all this week out here. We we try to show the love everywhere we go, and you guys showed it right back to us, and that's the sunshine right there. It's the love.
Awesome.
So thank you guys for bringing us in, letting me come on set with you guys.
You guys to see behind the scenes
yeah,
and the madness.
I do this for a living at a racetrack. It's dirty, it's loud, it's obnoxious.
Well, you're
now
right
I'm
at home
here.
then. It's dirty, loud, and obnoxious.
Yeah, we got everything going here.
And I've got everything here except for 800 horsepower. Instead, I've got 800 voices out there.
There you go.
Which is awesome. So I thank you guys so
me
very much.
first, me first,
Ladies
I beat
first,
you.
always. Ladies first. Thank you so
very
much,
much.
you guys.
Thank you so much, Mike.
That's awesome. And everybody out there, join a BPO, and we'll see you at the tables.
Thanks,
right.
Mike.
So picking up the action here, we've got blind versus blind. Phil's flopped an open-ender, and Jim has flopped bottom pair with a backdoor flush draw. Guys, sometimes those backdoor flush draws are really important, and I think Phil's going to call here. So Phil ended up making a bet. Jim put it in, so it's just another 450,000 calls. So Phil's got to call. You got to call once you put in 900,000.
Yeah. Put those chips that you just won to work. All right, so we have a call.
So Phil can hit a 3, a 4, an ace, a 6. He's actually in pretty good shape.
He is.
Against just a pair of deuces. But Jim, knowing exactly where he's at, says just no, we're getting it in. Safe card for Jim. And Jim's going to double up there. Jim's now got 4.2 million.
All right, guys, I'm back. Hi, Ebony.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. That was a cool interview with Mike, huh?
Yeah.
Good guy there. Hey, you are listening and watching the Bar Poker Open 2019 U.S. National Championship live here at the Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas, Nevada. $285,000 at stake right now, and $50,000 going out to that first place winner. 1 million plus participants over the last year, 300,000 unique players, all vied down to 1,485 players this week. Monday, first flight, 457, 200 Tuesday on our second flight, 529 players, and Wednesday, 499 players, all down to 75 players that started this morning. We are down to the final 6, and you're watching the final table here. If you're curious, red chips are 100,000, gray chips are 25,000. 43 poker leagues from all over the country started this. 24 of the leagues are in attendance. Some of the best amateur poker players across the country. A couple big shout outs to our buddies at the Wild West Pizza and Grill in Lampoke, California. Thanks, David, for checking in. And also to our great friends at Eastern Poker Tour in Walpole, Mass. A great charity event going on tonight. I know they were rooting on their friends. Hey, Craig and the whole gang over there. I'm Evan Myers, Patrick Gallagher, and Ebony Kenny. Three of us are talking to you all afternoon and been having some fun.
Yeah,
so we're in another
we
good
got
hand.
a pot, guys. So Donna raised a cutoff with 9-10 offsuit, and Phil on the button with pocket 10s elected to just flat. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen here. If so, Donna c-bets, and I think if she continues to bet on the turn, she's just gonna take it down. So we'll see if she's gonna continue to be aggressive. She decides to check. She doesn't like that turn. Phil is fine with checking also.
Does that turn scare you, or does that turn help you?
If I'm which player?
If you're Phil.
If I'm Phil, I'm stoked to see that ace on the turn. It's less likely that my opponent now has an ace.
Exactly.
So I'm super happy with it, and I also like his check on the turn. You can just shake, just see the free river, and maybe your opponent is gonna like put some more chips in the river, and you're probably gonna call. So yeah, I like it.
Me too. Six players left. The minimum cash right now is $9,315. $11,300 for fifth place. $15,300 for fourth. $19,900 for third, $28,700 for second, and that grand prize of $50,000. A couple notables in the field today. John Beatty, who is a past Bar Poker Open champion down in Atlantic City at the Borgata. He got knocked out a little earlier today. Also, Manny, our great friend Manny Avila, was a runner-up at the Bar Poker Open. He got knocked out a little while ago just before the feature table. And also, last year's champ, Mr. Basil Congro, who is also Eastern Poker Tour's champ this year. He's netted over $80,000 in prize money from Eastern Poker Tour this
From
year.
free poker, that's
Bar Poker
unbelievable.
Open. Absolutely. He is a charity player, so he's used to playing the events that have a little substantial buy-in. But what a great year for him. Who would have ever thunk, though?
I bet he did.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. That's true.
So one thing's for sure, one thing to notice absolutely is how Raphael's been kind of staying out of trouble. He's still the chip leader, and he hasn't really been getting involved, and so, well, look at that. He comes into the pot. It's a limp pot, so, we're going to see some three-way action here unless Jennifer gets squirrely. Do it, Jen. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Yeah! She did it. She's all in. Get it, Jen. I have faith in her, guys.
I mean, Jim's not going to make this call. There's no sense at all for him to make it.
He wants to so bad, but he's going to make the right fold.
I mean, this is an easy call for Raphael. It's automatic.
A call or fold?
Call.
No, this is an easy fold.
Oh, easy fold, rather. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm like, what?
Easy
Do you
fold.
know something I don't know about Jackson lawsuit?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Maybe it's another math.
It's another math. No, it's the new math. I tried
the
to
new
help
math, yeah.
Which I certainly don't
Is that
understand.
all innable?
It is all innable.
All innable.
We coined that phrase at Eastern Poker Tour Championship at Fox.
We put a
so
copyright on it and everything.
Yeah,
It's
we
now.
did. Somebody got a lot of chat about it in the feed, and
It was somewhere around 2 o'clock
sounds
in the
like
morning.
like a medical.
It's an all-innable situation.
Like
Well, it
something something's being done to you medically.
Yeah,
You're getting all
it was
innable.
around 2 a.m. it was around 2 a.m. and
Yeah.
we were a little punch drunk, so
But it fit the situation. It was
It did,
certainly
absolutely.
an all-innable situation.
It was an all-innable situation.
So Jim's got 9s. Think he's going to get it in this time. He's getting fancy with it. He's like, you know what? Mayor Jim from the Nevada Poker League is all in for $3.4 million. Tim's got 7 deuce offsuit.
Nope.
He's folding. I think we are going to see a hand here, ladies and gentlemen. Raphael finally wakes up with a hand. Ace jack offsuit on the button.
I agree with you. He has been lying in wait. He has not been getting involved too many pots unless the opportunity presented himself. He's looking for the right spot, and looks like it's happened, and he's made the call.
Ooh.
Did
Good.
he
Donna
call?
just snap folds at
Yeah.
ace 10. I like that.
Right.
All right, so guys, we got a race.
Right in the window.
There's that ace high flop that that Raphael's looking for. Jim's not looking for that.
No, not at all. Nope.
That doesn't change the fact that Jim needs to hit a 9 and a 9 only on the river. Or Raphael's going to extend his chip lead in this tournament.
Already standing up. Already ready to shake hands.
That's Raphael ready to. Oh my God!
Did we? It just continues to surprise us.
Oh my God! What is
It's the
happening?
2-outer.
Guys, Jim's not ready to go anywhere. Mayor Jim still in the building from the Nevada Poker League. Whoa!
Looks like we've got some additional people hitting the stream. We've got Jason Cooperschmidt, who's joined us and watching.
What's up, Coop?
Oh my gosh, guys, that 9 on the river.
That is that typical river.
Jeff Neem says, holy river, Batman. That is correct. Holy heck.
And the oh my's and that's crazies and the wows are definitely flying through the chat right now. Definitely 6, Steve, right? We like that, Payton. We're poker players.
Whoa.
You have to know that it's going to happen. You have to be prepared, and you still have to play with knowing that it's going to happen. You can't be results oriented. You have to think about what's the right situation.
There's definitely where you're just like, okay, this could happen, whatever. It doesn't take away from the fact that it still sucks.
Oh God,
when you're on the receiving end of a 2-outer with 1 card to go. There is not for he's to get a pay jump and extend your chip lead. There's so many things that were so important for Raphael in that one hand that changes a lot, because now Jim's in there with 8.1 million chips.
Yep.
Almost the same amount of chips as Raphael.
And I think what the difference is that all that happens to you take that hurt, but you have to immediately regroup and figure out what you're going to do to get those chips back. Not particularly from Jim, but from the field as a whole, or from the table as a whole. I think we've all been there. We've had bad beats, and figuring out how to recover from that is probably one of the most important things that you can figure out on a poker table, how to do that.
Yep.
Because you were going to get bad beats. Bad things are going to happen to you. You're not going to win every flip. You're not going to win every time that you get it in good. And particularly for Raphael, he still has enough chips to win this tournament.
Big shout out to New Hampshire, the Hampton Falls Poker Room, and our buddy Nick DeChara, one of the great managers over there. He just joined in on the chat.
Terrific.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Terrific. Great place to play poker.
Love it up there. Right on Route 1, going towards Hampton Beach. It's a real comfortable poker room.
Absolutely.
Great food, great staff, comfortable tables and chairs.
Raphael is still 16 big blinds. He's in second place. Looks like we're gonna have a little bit. Might have a hand here too. Tim's got 9s and under the gun. He's gonna rip it.
And Tim certainly puts it all at stake right now. That's a given.
Yes, we're gonna have a hand. Jim has ace-jack in the big blind.
I don't see Jim folding this.
But this is an interesting concept. You just want all those chips.
But you want to give them away, but as Ebony said earlier, though, you got to play the rush. Don't get
Absolutely.
Don't be afraid of the heater.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of players would be like, but you have to take the chance. You have to do it.
And Jim does make the call here from the big blind position.
So now it's the reverse for Jim. Jim just had the 9s against the ace-jack, and now he's got the ace-jack against Tim's 9s.
And he's smiling, he's laughing, he sees that scenario.
He knows the scenario.
Do the poker gods come out here and wreak their havoc?
You know, karma.
Even the crowd is laughing. They can appreciate this situation. So let's see. Oh, my God. Okay, but
With
there's
the
still
draw.
he's got a backdoor flush draw and a straight draw. Oh, my God. Can they do it? A 10 and a 10 only. He's got twice as many outs as he did last hand.
Can he do it again?
Exactly.
No, he didn't do it. I love how they shake while they're still. He's like, nice hand. Okay, you're still here.
Look at the scene for the crowd. Look how deep it is. There's a number of people here, and they're here enjoying the poker, enjoying the spectacle that is BPO.
Exactly, and I was out there, like I said earlier, some of those people that are out there are just random hotel guests that thought this was really cool.
They came by, walked by, and heard the screaming and said, what's going on?
And they've got entertainment for the evening as well.
Yep.
Hey, in case you are wondering, we are at the final table of the 2019 Bar Poker Open U.S. National Championship. $285,000 up for grabs with a $50,000 first prize. Got to thank, though, everybody here at the Gold Nugget. What an amazing crew, what an amazing staff. They've treated us so well this whole entire week. They love the fact that we come and take over their hotel and all the different players from all over the country. As diverse as the crowd is that comes here, they said you don't have as many players or as many people in this hotel from as many different places at one time, and they were pretty stoked about that.
And experience in Fremont Street and everything that the Golden Nugget has to offer, because it's not just the beautiful hotel and the Shark Tank and the tank pool area and all this, but it's also connected to Fremont Street and all the fun and interesting things going on all the time on Fremont Street.
You saw Gene Simmons, and you saw you saw him down the street. Great bands there. You and I took our dinner break and went over to Nacho Daddy's. Gotta love that place. Best nachos in the world.
It's become a popular haunt of all the poker players, and it looks like Rafael has some trips here. He's flop trips, and Tim
turned his pair with the 3. He's got 2 pair.
Rafael's going to slow play. I like this play. I like the smooth call.
And there's the full house. This is going to be ugly.
It's going to be ugly.
Tim hits his set. Rafael hits his full house. Tim certainly makes a raise at it. I can't imagine Rafael just doesn't snap all in at this point.
And he did. It took him all of 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Even less than that, 5 seconds.
I mean, Tim's belief right now, he has to think, is that jack in play right now? Does Rafael really have the jack? There it is.
He was already all in. She already threw the chip, but I think he had to actually.
All right.
And Tim is eliminated.
Just like that in
full house over full house.
6th position. Congratulations, Tim. We know the entire Badger Poker League out in Wisconsin is cheering you on right now.
So Tim is walking away with $9,315.
I wish I was walking away with $9,000.
I do too. Why are we in this booth and we're not out there?
No,
it's
we
because
should be out there.
Because we didn't do as well as these people.
No, we didn't. We did not. How did people get to this position? Well over 300,000 players of the best amateur players from all over the country played local poker leagues. Just about every state is represented. 43 total poker leagues. 1 million plus participants. And they come down to this week here in Las Vegas.
Yep.
And you're somewhere out in, let's say, Wisconsin. You ever think you're going to be playing a national championship under lights and a camera in Las Vegas?
No.
Just from poker? I can't ever imagine that being part of your thought process.
No. And it gives such good. It's just an opportunity that a lot of people don't have. You have a feel like, sometimes for poker players who are just getting started, going to Las Vegas can be a little bit of, kind of overwhelming, right?
Sure can.
And although these days there's probably a poker room in every state, which there pretty much is at this point, but it gives you that opportunity to come and explore Vegas with your friends, with a group of people that you've been able to meet and play poker with, and get an opportunity to be here with all of these people at this beautiful facility here at the Golden Nugget. And I have to say, for the Golden Nugget, I come to Las Vegas for work all the time, and I have not been to downtown Vegas in 10 years staying here, and I have had it's been a wonderful experience. The Golden Nugget is by far the best property here. It's got old Vegas, it's got new Vegas, it's really got a lot of great things going for it. Had a great time here. Terrific facility.
I have to say the same thing. I get here a lot for work and obviously with some friends, and last year coming out for the BPO was the first time in probably 15 years that I've been back down to old Las Vegas, and you know, there's a vibe, there's a personality to it. If you like music and you like seeing live bands, you will not see three better live bands every night of the week on Fremont Street.
Next week, Nellie's going to be here.
They have, check it out. They have an entire series of free concerts with some of the biggest artists in the country.
Our chip leader, Raphael, has woken up with the hooks in the big blind.
And Ebony has stepped out of the booth with just a few players left, or with the 5 players left. She wants to make sure she talks to the players as they're exiting, and we're going to get some roll and some feed for that. She'll also be talking with the champion once that's crowned. We won't spoil anything, keeping in mind that we are on a half-hour delay, but you can certainly find the blog and all the live action with our friend Brittany at vegas.barpokeropen.com/blog. And don't forget to check out all the websites, barpokeropen.com.
And we've got, just to interrupt, we've got Jim all in for $2.9 million with ace deuce against jacks.
And we know we're coming up on a break pretty soon, so we'll be taking a break with those guys.
Yep.
We're allowed that.
10 minutes. It'll be a 10-minute break.
That's so cool watching the crowd and everybody reacting. I think, we've had video streams on these as far as the crowd in the past, but now we've had a little more interaction, and it's been pretty cool to watch it. Well, we see how this one plays out.
And
Raphael's set certainly holds. Congratulations to our buddy Jim Campbell from the Nevada Poker League. Mayor Jim.
So with Jim, we have now cracked to $11,340.
That's a pretty impressive payout.
Pay jumps are getting big, significant.
$15,370 up for grabs for third. I'm sorry, $19,950 for third. Yeah, that's right. $15,370 for fourth. $19,950 for third. $28,775 for second, and of course the grand prize of $50,000. And we could have a multi-time winner here. Our friend Donna is still in the running with pretty significant chip stack. She shoves all in with her queen jack.
And Raphael wakes up again with jacks.
What is happening on this table? Jacks are that's the hand you need to have on this table.
Jennifer rightfully gets out of the way.
Donna's not going to be too thrilled to see, some of her outs being totally gone, but she's got an over and a flush draw and straight draw outs.
Correct. It's one of those hands, as we talked about before, flops well.
There's part of the run with the 10.
Yeah, runner. That's not
necessarily
quite
what you want
the
to
flop
see.
that Donna was hoping for.
But
Queen Jack is the flop she's really hoping for.
Exactly. All right.
Or Queen Deuce even. Queen at anything.
Now needs a queen.
A queen and a queen only.
Or we're going to lose one of our former champions.
Oh, that's it for Donna.
And we do. Well, congratulations, Donna. That is pretty awesome. Fourth place, $15,370. That takes her Bar Poker Open earnings to $65,375 in BPO earnings. That is pretty cool. So congratulations, Donna Rohwer from the Nevada Poker League. What a showing. Two of them in the top 6. That's awesome. Congrats to the Nevada Poker League there, and way to go. Way to have a good showing. So guess what? We're down to 3 players. Some big
3 players. They are now guaranteed $19,950, but none of them care about that. They want the what?
$50,000.
$50,000. And what did I say? I was going to wait until it was 3-way action. Now I'm going to pick my
now you're going to pick
my
Yeah, that's of course.
I mean,
who's your pick going to be?
My guess
wonder.
is his horse chips cover 2/3 of the table physically.
I mean, look, Raphael's chips are like, I'm surprised we can even see his cards.
That's right.
His chips are covering the RFID cams right now. Like, this is ridiculous. Are people allowed to have that many chips when
I
they're
don't think so.
three-handed?
Not when they're against me, I say that.
Yeah, you got to share some of those.
Yes.
I'll tell you a little story. Evan and I first met playing heads up in a charity event. Do you remember that hand?
That was
Do you remember
years.
that?
I don't. You've told me this story, and I unfortunately I don't remember poker hands that I play very well.
But we played. It was one of the first times I ever played at Eastern Poker Tour charity, and I made it to the final table, and then heads up with Evan, and I was lucky enough to take it down. And you had 6s, and I had 9s.
Right.
You shoved all in. I shoved in, and that was it.
And
it ran out, and that was the extent.
And what is this? 15 years later,
Yep.
or something like that. Now we're sitting at a table together commentating.
Yeah, exactly. So poker brings everybody together.
Now, I know we're winding up, and speaking of bringing everybody together, there are some very important thank yous and shout-outs I must do, whether you guys like it or not. So I'm going to take a moment here. First off, we had the most incredible production crew all week helping us out, showing us some of the ropes, and just keeping us live here and making sure that we're able to talk to you guys about the Bar Poker Open. Obviously, first and foremost, our executive producer and director, Eastern Poker Tour's president and president of Bar Poker Open, Mr. Glenn McCrory. Our senior broadcast and streaming producer, Bob O'Sullivan. Bob, thank you as always. It was great working with you last year. Great working with you this year. Hey, I fortunately was able to join in, aside from hosting, as the associate broadcast producer, so I'll just leave that one aside. Our technical producer and graphics producer, Mr. Andrew Chevalier. Andrew's been on to some other things in his life, but he comes back for the Eastern Poker Tour Championship and this to help out, and the broadcast would not be the same without
As
you,
he just
Andrew.
walks in behind you.
Look at that. High five to Andrew.
Hey, can we also shout out to Andrew's fiance Danielle, the future Mrs. How do you say this again? Chevalier? I want to say Chevalier, but whatever. They're getting married in August.
Congratulations.
August 17th, which is what, your 4th or 5th anniversary? 3rd year. So he proposed on their anniversary. So they got engaged on their anniversary, and now they're getting married on their anniversary. So you pretty much have zero excuse to ever forget your anniversary.
Yeah, you pretty much got
in
it.
the future.
Yep.
Guys, Andrew says, why do you think I did it?
Smart man.
Awesome. Congrats, Andrew. Graphics statistician and our great friend Jeffrey Maynard, who's also a tournament director for Eastern Poker Tour. Thank you, Ebony. As always, it's so great having you. And thank you, Pat, for making this commentary.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for filling in and helping me last night when I wasn't able to do it.
And
so
checking
guys,
out
we
another
got it all
poker
in
room.
here right now. King 3 of diamonds versus Jennifer's Jack Deuce of spades. And my girl, who I chose to win, she's got to hit all sorts of things.
She does.
Really just a Jack or a Deuce. But we would really... Okay,
All
she
right.
still got it. A non-diamond Jack or Deuce. Non-diamond Jack or Deuce.
Positive thinking.
Guys, my girl Jen.
3rd place.
From
Congratulations.
No Limit Pub Poker.
So, working on limiting my variance, I'm going to go with Raphael.
Yeah, there you go. 3rd place, $19,950. Congratulations to you, Jennifer. Hey, got a couple more people. Our great camera and editing crew, Scott and Nate, wouldn't have been here without those guys. And don't forget, Scott is an amazing production engineer himself. You can certainly check him out.
The lies.
At Top Down Films.
No, Scott's great. Scott actually knows a lot about wine. Hi, guys. Scott knows a shit ton about wine. His oldest sister is a tiered level 2 sommelier, and his younger sister is what?
Thank you.
A winemaker. So
Excellent.
like pretty
Really?
much Scott and I are
Wow.
going on several dates. He
Absolutely.
doesn't know it yet.
Absolutely.
But that's
I would
the
do
quickest
it. Yeah.
way to my heart.
Yeah. Can I join you?
Yeah.
Fantastic. There you go. Can
I
we
might
see that?
actually try and date
Top
your sister, to be
down.
honest with you. Either one.
Yeah,
is
just
fine.
just right there. Go right to it.
Awesome, guys. So
Straight
we,
to the source.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So we are going to go on a break right now. We are at the 2019 Bar Poker Open U.S. National Championships live
Wait,
here.
we're going on a break?
We are going on a break.
Wait, their heads up. They're not going on a break?
That's what did he just say?
He said they're just coming to you because no, I don't think they're going on a break.
Oh.
Look. Oh, I lied. Okay.
All right. No, I
You're right. I was
Yeah.
wrong.
Sorry,
We're
no,
hearing
no.
it in our headphones. We are going to a break.
So we are going to a break. Look, there's the delay right there.
Right.
On that
Oh,
one.
yeah. See?
All right. So let's do this again. It's the 2019 Bar Poker Open U.S. National Championships. We are live here
And
at
in
the
the voice of
Golden-
God, we have to listen to what God says. And
Exactly.
that's Bob. And that's
So,
Bob.
Live from the Golden Nugget Hotel here in Las Vegas. We're going to take a few minute break ourselves. I'm Evan Myers, Ebony Kenny, Patrick Gallagher. All right, we'll be back in a few with the final two. See you guys.
So one thing that is so exciting for me personally to see here at the Bar Poker Open is the amount of women that are playing. As we're walking around scoping the tables, there's literally 3 to 4 women on every single table. That is absolutely unheard of in the world of poker, and you'll only see that here at the Bar Poker Open. So if I was a woman at home and I wanted to go to my local bar, play some poker, maybe hopefully be affiliated with a bar league that's part of the Bar Poker Open, how would I do that?
The internet. The internet's your friends, lady. barpokeropen.com, however it is. Google it. Find out in your local. It has a drop-down menu for your state, for your city. Tells you what leagues you have, what games they play, and it is literally free poker, ladies. So you tip your dealers, you get a drink, you can buy a cup of coffee. You don't have to drink alcohol, and you can sit and play. You make so many friends. I have hundreds of friends here, so this is great. It's been perfect. I think Bar Poker Open is the perfect way for you ladies to get out of the house and get on the felt. It is so fun. You just go to your local bars or restaurants. It used to be Moose Lodge. You could go and play a daily game. But you go with your husband, go with your friends, get a lady. They have ladies' nights. It's wonderful. It's so easy to do.
Come over here because there's 3 women and I'm cheering for you ladies. All right, so every time one of you is in a hand, I know you're rooting for them, right?
Of course.
That's what I do whenever I play.
Obviously, you have to let all the ladies win. We're all making it to the final table here. Just the final table.
Oh my God, can we please make that happen? Okay, you 3, I'm deeming you as making the final table. Can we please have an all-ladies final table? That would be such a dream. Do you know how good that final table will smell? All right, so Donna, do you feel any pressure now? You were here 3 years ago, and now you know how to win this event. And it's grown now. Do you feel any pressure to win again?
I don't feel pressure to win again. I just feel pressure not to go out early because the players here are so good, and there's just more and more good players coming in, and they're just awesome. So I'm just in awe of everybody.
It's my second year, and I've won, to a full package last year and this year.
So you're winning already. 2 years in a row, you win a full package. So what does that include?
That includes free buy-in, hotel, and air.
Pretty nice.
And this is a national supportive group, men and women, but I love it because it's just fun and it's easy to get involved with.
Here, and we are at the Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas for the 2019 Bar Poker Open. We are absolutely crushing last year's numbers. Let's go talk to some of the players and see what is happening. I am such good luck for everybody that I stand behind when I'm turning it. Woo!
Would you marry me?
Not if you don't tell me your real name. Come on, I can't just say, will you marry me? You gotta be creative, Bob. Come on, everybody's watching. Yes, see? Yes.
We're going to be married.
Look at all these people. They don't even know each other. They're from different leagues. But look at them. They're laughing and joking with each other. Person goes all in from across the country. Someone else from California says, good luck all in.
What's up? How's it going? Good to be here. Bar Poker Open 2019. Ready to be back. Excited. Got a lot of people out here playing right now, having a good time. But yeah, I'm happy to be here right now. Shout out to my guy Glenn, doing some great work. Look at this goddamn room's packed right now.
Now, some of the players won full packages to this year's Bar Poker Open. Let's go hunt some of them down and see how they got here. Hello, Will. What league are you with?
I'm with EPT.
I heard that last year you played one tournament, one qualifier, won your seat, and you just won a package, so one and done.
And I did it in July, so I had to like wait like, the whole year before I could finally come out here. But first time, I went to Atlantic City too. It was a good time. It's real good times with the BPO. We're not all pros, we're just guys and girls here having fun playing cards, so I really like it.
It's fun to be in the top 4% online on Sundays. Get your token at your nightly game. Play online. Win that seat.
Tell me how easy the process was to get here.
We just play with our friends at the bar, local bars, and we win tokens.
Play online. That's how I won my seat online. It was easy.
Yeah, I love this free to join social league. I met so many friends.
Tell me how they won their seat. Did they win? So what's that step look like? So they go and play in the bar, and then what?
The first step is after you give me a hug and you sign in, you're going to play. But the average is 35, 40 people that come to the venue. If you finish in the top 3, you earn a virtual token to play on an online tournament every Sunday mornings. The email that they get, they just have to follow it, make up a username and password, and Sunday morning they sit in front of the computer for free. And if they finish in the top 4% against the 600-700 other nationwide people just like these players, if they finish in the top 4%, they win a seat to play in this $200,000 championship. And if they win first, they get the whole trip paid for.
They get that fancy package.
Exactly. Everything paid for, plus the seat. They literally come here for free. They can win $50,000 for literally nothing.
So one thing that is so exciting for me personally to see here at the Bar Poker Open is the amount of women that are playing. As we're walking around scoping the tables, there's literally 3 to 4 women on every single table. That is absolutely unheard of in the world of poker, and you'll only see that here at the Bar Poker Open.
I think Bar Poker Open is the perfect way for you ladies to get out of the house and get on the felt. It is so fun. You just go to your local bars or restaurants. It used to be Moose Lodge. You could go and play a daily game. But you go with your husband, go with your friends, get a lady. They have ladies' nights. It's wonderful. It's so easy to do.
Come on over here because there's 3 women and I'm cheering for you ladies. Okay, you 3, I'm deeming you as making the final table. Can we please have an all-ladies final table? That would be such a dream. Do you know how good that final table will smell?
It's my second year, and I've won, to a full package last year and this year.
So you're winning already. 2 years in a row, you win a full package. So what does that include?
That includes free buy-in, hotel, and air.
Oh, pretty nice.
And this is a national supportive group, men and women, but I love it because it's just fun and it's easy to get involved with.
What's your favorite part of the Bar Poker Open?
Oh, it's got to be the party.
Poker Tour is one of the greatest poker tournaments there is in America. Go EPT!
We are talking about this is 4.5 years later, the Bar Poker Open, and how much it's grown.
I mean, it really is amazing that everyone here can come together. The way we've been able to bring people together that now have a social outlet that haven't had one before, it's taken on a life of its own.
You've never had party glasses before?
The glasses are where they belong. You were part of the inception of Bar Poker Open. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling almost as well as the players.
Okay.
Well, we don't even get to Hi, guys. We are back. I was hoping that we would get to the point where I'm, dancing and stuff.
Yeah, Ebony had a great dance off last
Along
night.
with everybody else at
the
pool
player party.
Yeah, so
Hey,
if you're here playing poker, you also have the pool party for the players. It's a great time here.
There's a live look at our crowd.
And
Woohoo!
our buddy Andrew also participated in that little dance competition last night, and he certainly impressed me.
Really?
With his moves.
Yeah, I was stoked. I love Andrew.
He is such a great guy.
I had a very limited chance to play poker, so that was one of the times where I actually went and played some poker.
So we are live here at the 2019 Bar Poker U.S. National Champions here live at the Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are heads up for $50,000 first prize, $28,700 for second place. My name is Evan Myers, Ebony Kenny, and Patrick Gallagher. We have been joining you all day and all week. We've been having a great time. And so what are some of your highlights, guys? Any specific highlights of this week?
Well, actually, I would like to just talk about Raphael for a second. They just sit down for heads up play, and Raphael just puts it to the puts him to the test and puts in, says, hey, all in or fold, buddy, for with Jack 10 of diamonds for I believe it's like almost 30 bigs that Phil has. So he's this is the highlight for me, watching this and watching these players go at it for $50 million and watching Raphael go from 4 big blinds to, hey, guess what? This is a lock.
Correct.
So unless anything happens.
And blinds are
Phil just shoved with 6-4.
Wait, was that the fake? Oh, no, he
No,
shoved. He shoved for real.
And shoved for real and got the
and
fold.
Raphael fold. Okay.
So blinds are
Wow.
$300,000, $600,000 with a $600,000 ante, $1.5 million in the pot, pre-flop every hand.
Correct.
We are going to see action just about every hand at this point. Again, $50,000 is up for grabs first place, $28,775 for second place. If you're trying to do the math on the chip stacks, red chips are $100,000, gray chips are $25,000. 1 million participants, down to 2. I think that's pretty cool myself.
Absolutely.
1,485 players made the trek out here to Vegas, and 75 players started today, and now again we are down to the final 2, which is always a cool thing.
So Raphael's got Phil smothered here with, he's got ace-7 against Phil's queen-7, and Raphael's putting him to the test again. And we got Evan trying to break the hustle. What is happening? Raphael shipped all in, and Phil called with queen-7, and unbelievable. So
Raphael's already putting his backpack on.
Oh yeah, he did this last time though,
and
but
it
he lost
didn't turn out
hand.
well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll see. All right, well, running hearts for Phil would do it, or a queen, or running straight draws to chop the pot. Or a 6 or a 5, and they both chop.
They chop.
Seven outs. You can see them across the top of the board.
It all comes down to here, to this moment.
That's the coveted trophy itself. $50,000 online at stake here.
Raphael is our winner.
Well, we have a champion, and you know what happens when we get crowned a champion? I have to go interview the winner, but I do need to do a shout out for Will's mom, who thinks I'm adorable. Shout out to you, Will. Will's mom, I forgot your name. I'll be back.
Awesome. The 2019 Bar Poker Open U.S. National Championship has now come to a close, Pat. Our great friend Rafael Jimenez has taken it down. We saw some great action over the last
2 days.
Over the last few days.
And all culminating, Rafael has won the tournament. He laid in wait. Let's talk really about what he did. He lied in wait. He waited for his cards. He found his opportunities. He took advantage of them. One could say that he got hit with the deck, but he really didn't. He had a couple of hands that he actually utilized. He had some jacks a couple of times, and he was able. He won one flip where he got it in behind, and he was able to win that hand. And he took that, and it catapulted him to the win.
Absolutely. Before we forget some other important thank yous, got to thank Bar Poker Open and Eastern Poker Tour, River Chasers, Glenn, Griff, Gretel, thank you for having me. I appreciate it every
Same
time.
goes for me. I love being here and participating.
You have us. This is so great. Thank you guys as well for letting me participate in that Pros versus Joes. That was Pat, I got to tell you, and I told you earlier, that was an experience that I won't forget.
Next time.
And next time, yay, I know what to do, but I still don't think
No. Next time you're not playing. I am.
Oh, that's the next time. Absolutely. Next time is your turn for sure, sir. And I don't want to hog all that. It was just too fun. But you know what? Want to do one more time. I want to give a huge thank you and shout out to our production crew, because that's, without these guys, this wouldn't be here at all. And our executive producer and director, Glenn McCrory, our senior broadcast and streaming producer, Bob O'Sullivan. I get to take part as our associate broadcast producer, our technical producer, switcher, and graphics producer, Mr. Andrew Chevalier, our graphic statistician, Jeff Maynard. Again, thank you, Pat. Thank you, Ebony. Our great cameramen, Nate and Scott, and don't forget to check out Scott's awesome production company as well, Top Down. And it's just been so fun. Pat, I have so much fun with these broadcasts, and this is our second broadcast together. We saw out on the East Coast at Foxwoods just a couple months ago, the Eastern Poker Tour Championship. Now we've seen this. Both similar structures, similar types of organizations, leagues, and champinships here. And is there anything that you've taken out, that any differences, any similarities, anything that jumps out at you?
No, not. I mean, to me, I think it really is what Glenn has been able to build here with Eastern Poker Tour first, then the BPO, and the other recreational leagues. They've been able to create this great environment where people can learn poker and play at the highest levels and win a heck of a lot of money. So I think what is great about it is and what I've continued to see is, even on a more expansive, from Eastern Poker Tour's championship to now here, it's double this, or 3 times the size, and just 3 times the stories and all the different things that are available. It's a terrific and fun environment. I'm glad to be here. I look forward to Atlantic City and then Las Vegas next year. So
fantastic. It's been real. We saw this start at $10,000 first place prize pool several years ago.
Yep.
Now we're up to $50,000 and almost a $300,000 pool total. I mean, that's the excitement.
Just
here
pretty cool. It's just really cool.
The best amateur players from this country, all over this country, represent, and some of the great, cool poker leagues that represented as well.
Absolutely.
So, we're waiting for our friend Ebony to go interview.
Yep.
The champion, our friend
Raphael,
and I don't want to, shun Phil here. Phil Hoff from My Face Poker. He took $28,775, and our friend
My Free Poker in New York.
Right, My Free Poker in New York. They write. We try to transcribe.
Yeah, it doesn't all the time work.
It doesn't all the time.
But we should recognize all of the final table participants. Okay.
So with that, you know what, we're gonna call this broadcast a wraps. I'm Evan Myers. This is
Patrick Gallagher.
There we go. We can't wait to see you guys again. And right about now, it's Ebony's out on the floor with our winner, and she can't wait to do that interview, and I can't wait to see that interview. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Don't forget, Bar Poker Open. This is the 2019 National Championship live at the Golden Nugget Casino here in Las Vegas. Check out all the social media apps. Check out all the websites. Join a league near you. We want to see you here next year. And with that, and on a high note, we're going to call it a day and turn everything over to Ebony.
Good night.
Have a good day.
Guys, so we know what's happening first. Here we are with the winner of this year's Bar Poker Open National Championship with a prize pool of $200,000 guaranteed. Winning $50,000 is Rafael Jimenez from Texas Poker Tour. How you doing?
Pretty good.
So he told me, he said, listen, have you ever, Greg Popovich, right? Pretend like you're interviewing him. He's going to be very stoic, almost emotionless, borderline robotic, but we're going to make it work, right? How do you feel now that you just won $50,000?
I feel good.
That's it? Just good?
Awesome.
So before the final table began, I interviewed every single one of the finalists, and I thought I was going to get more emotion from Rafael after he ate. Lo and behold, he didn't even eat on the break. What'd you choose to do instead?
I drank 6 beers.
6 beers, and every single one of those beers contributed to you winning today.
Yeah, it's a bar poker open. Everybody should be drinking at the final table. I was the only one drinking.
Look how much energy you gave me then when you were talking about drinking. See, that's what we're going to talk about. I've been in the back drinking, watching.
You were? I can smell the wine from here.
It's good. That makes two of us. I can smell your beer. You can smell my wine. We're doing great together.
That's good. That's good.
All right. So, see, our cameraman had a beer. You're not the only one. Just the players weren't drinking. But, see, you got the memo and you took down. How does it feel now to be the champion?
It feels good. I'll be back next year.
Are you already claiming the title for next year? You're going to come back as the defender and then two-time defending champion? Is that what's happening?
No, I don't care as long as I cash.
You just want to cash? No, you got to give me, come on, you got to give me like, no, I'm the champion. I'm going to win. I'm going to continue to win.
I'll continue to win.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to let you celebrate. You guys can come on over. We'll get your TPT fam out here. Oh, all right, I got a fist pump. Guys, while they're heading over, this is the end of the Bar Poker Open, and as you can see, our champion is completely stoked to win $50,000. I promise you, behind those sunglasses, he is smiling really, really big. You guys can come on in, come behind. So I'm Ebony Kenny, for my co-hosts, Evan and Pat, and for everyone involved with the Bar Poker Open behind the scenes, my cameraman, my producers, Glenn, Andy, everyone, Nate, Scott, Andrew, Bobby, John. I mean, there's so many people that are behind the scenes that make this possible. You guys have no idea how hard they work. Shout out to every single one of them. And if you are not involved in bar poker, what are you waiting on? Get to your local bar. Tell your bar league owner to call Bar Poker Open, get involved, and this can be you next year right here in this spot with this much excitement to win $50,000. It only happens here in Las Vegas, Nevada. For everyone at Bar Poker Open, I'm Ebony Kenny, and we will see you guys next year. Cheer it up, guys.